Good evening and welcome to another night of Benedictine football here on WatchBCSports.com as we come to you from Warner Robbins here tonight. Thanks for bearing with us. It's been some off time for us here as well on the crew as we get ready for BC and Warner Robbins. PJ, first time. We've got PJ Zuko here with us, filling in for Christian Gokel tonight. First time that Warner Robbins and Benedictine have played since 1979. So it's been a hot minute since the Demons and Cadets have matched up. Cadets 2-2 coming in tonight's ball game in a season that has been anything but typical for the Cadets. Of course, you opened up at Georgia Southern. You then turn around and go to Buford. You then have an off week. You have a game cancellation there in Ohio. You have a game against Westminster. You have a postponement, rightfully so, due to a hurricane. You have another week off, and then you get to this Friday against Warner Robbins. And as the broadcast goes along, the season is just going to get more screwy from here on out for BC. But PJ Zuko, here we are at the 1st of October. Benedictine is 2-2. They've only played 4 games. And on top of that, here we are on the 1st of October. The Cadets have only played 1 home game. So it's been a truly crazy season thus far for the Cadets. And you and I were talking about it on the ride here to Warner Robbins this afternoon. It's been basically, if you go Friday to Friday, a 5-week span coming up to right before kickoff. You've played 1 game. Tonight will be the second game you've played in 5 weeks in the middle of a season. That's like starting over twice. They had the 2 weeks off due to the cancellation, really 3 weeks there going into the Westminster game. And now you've essentially had another 2-week layoff coming into the Warner Robbins game, getting ready for this one. So anything but consistency here this season for Benedictine.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And part of tonight is just getting settled with that, right? Getting fired back into a groove and you know, obviously having the excitement of being back under the lights again. But yeah, like you couldn't have said it better yourself, just kind of having to restart this season a few different times and kind of wake up day by day and try and figure out when you're going to play next. Like, for instance, the past week and a half, as for it has been for almost everyone in this area, but it's just been absolutely wild trying to figure out when you're going to play a game next and where's it going to be and all this other stuff. So now I'm sure these guys are refreshed and happy to be out there on the field tonight, but I'd keep a focus on that first maybe quarter or so and just see how they respond to, yes, the excitement of being back under the lights, but of course also having that time off and having the stretch of 1 game out of 5 weeks. It's just absolutely wild. It seems like 2 or 3 different seasons cooked into one here. So as you mentioned, it's wild to kind of see that difference and whatnot, but at the same time, we got 2 great programs here and 2 solid coaches. Anything but less than solid is wild. So solid is probably the least I could say about these guys and these programs. They're going to have their guys ready to go, right? As prepared as they absolutely can be for this game. And that's why this matchup is so exciting.
Yeah, you got one of the top 5 all-time winningest programs in the state of Georgia in Warner Robbins, and BC, who's obviously had a great run of success here under Coach Danny Britt. As you see the Cadets warming up here to the right of the stadium is here. We're on the opposing side, but as you said, you've got some young playmakers on the team. If anybody you worry about a little bit is, to me, Benedictine has struggled to run the football. They found it a little bit against Westminster, and now you go right back into a prolonged layoff. To me, it would also hurt a guy like Stephen Cannon, although he's been spectacular. No offense to Westminster, but this isn't Westminster you're facing tonight as well, and you got to come out firing, and it seems like he's had some growth here in 2024 as the season's going along, and now you're having to grow without that week-to-week. And we really see young quarterbacks, PJ,
yeah.
Hey, week 1, the next week we get a little bit better. The next week we get a little bit better. Hey, we're in the bye week. We catch our breath, and now we're going to go for a 5-week grind. I mean, it's kind of funny to think about, but you've hardly played back-to-back weeks very much here in 2024. So it's been a little bit of an interesting situation to watch this team progress. And really, again, I've talked about this with Danny Britt. Football is such a game of routine, a game of habit when you start preparing and getting into the weeks. And this has got to be one of the craziest seasons. I think this has been even crazier than COVID in terms of you've had off weeks, game cancellation. You had games cancellations to weather. Now the GHSA just added another entire week to the season, moved everything back. That's going to affect Benedictine, as we'll talk about as we go throughout the ball game. But man, I think this is a program that if your resiliency was ever going to be tested, 2024 so far has been a good one in that it's been anything but a typical game week for much of the season as you just try to figure out who they were supposed to play next week. They're not playing next week anymore. It's just a crazy situation that they found themselves in. And we'll talk more about that again as we go throughout the game. But this is the Barnes Catering pregame show, Pit Cook Barbecue since 1975. Go to barnesrestaurant.com to place your next catering order. Glad to have you along as we're counting it down towards kickoff here in Warner Robbins. I'm Kevin Thomas. He's PJ Zuko. We are coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com. Glad you're with us here on this Friday evening.
Looking for authentic, traditional Southern cuisine for your next special event, reunion, wedding, or celebration in Savannah? For over 45 years, Barnes Restaurant is the most experienced, trusted caterer in all of Savannah. Rooms 50 to 5,000. No event too big or small. Barnes does it all. Online at barnesrestaurant.com. At Benedictine alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com. Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Walker Jones is your automotive superstore on Memorial Drive in Waycross. All the best brands: Chevy, Cadillac, GMC, Toyota, Nissan, and Honda, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, plus our pre-owned supercenter. And we're the home of the lifetime warranty. Come let us treat you like friends and good neighbors should.
Hey, I'm Mike Cuneo, General Manager at Walker Jones. We've got it all. Why shop anywhere else?
Online at walkerjones.com.
Walker Jones.
Welcome back here to the Barnes Catering pregame shows. We count you down towards BC and Warner Robbins as the Cadets walk off the field back to the locker room about 15 minutes away from kickoff tonight here, as well as, again, the Cadets run the football going to be a key coming into this one. How does that pick up from the Westminster game against a Warner Robbins team? Very, very solid program and one of the contenders for a region championship. Perry looks very good. I know Wares had their struggles early in the season. They look very good. New Hampstead in the region. Rashawn Truell threw for like 630 yards last week against Perry in a game. It was 80-47. I mean, unbelievable. That's what you're going up against. About the only team you feel sorry for right now is Wayne, who is just absolutely struggling out there, but a tough region. And this one tonight means as much as the next four are going to mean, in that this is a team that could also contend for a region or state championship in Warner Robbins, and a win here tonight might set you up to be in the driver's seat for a home playoff game, maybe home playoff game in the first two rounds. So a lot on the line here for these two ball clubs here tonight, PJ Zuko. But to me, BC has got Stephen Cannon. They've got Bubba Frazier. They've got guys who are catching the football. Can they get Mr. Smart going early? Stanley Smart Jr. running the football. Can they establish, even on the buck sweeps and the jet sweeps with Bubba Frazier, can they run the football? That's been a challenge for much of the season up until the Westminster game. And Danny Britt said, we have got to run the football better. When you get in a game like this, you've got to run the football. Yeah. Obviously you have confidence in your young quarterback, Stephen Cannon, to throw the ball. Third quarter, fourth quarter, you have to have that run established so you can run the football, put the game away.
And you see that anywhere. You see that high school football, college football, NFL. I know we've talked a lot of college football on the way up here, and there's plenty of schools that early in the season, they were completely one-dimensional, and they got outed for it. They had plenty of losses picked up early in the season there in college football because of teams just being one-dimensional and not being able to get one side of the ball ready to go. And that is an interesting struggle to have here for BC. You know, you're normally used to being able to really run the football and churn those running yards and being able to work up front. And I mean, that's where it all starts, right? That offensive line being able to push those holes open, and then of course the backs being able to find them. But confident that hopefully that they'll be able to do that. But again, that's kind of where these holes in the schedule start opening up as well. Very difficult to build that chemistry together, not only running the ball, but also obviously just up front, offensive line, defensive line, so much about chemistry and relying on the guys around you to be able to do what they need to do. So definitely going to be a war in the trenches this evening against Warner Robbins, who's always very good up there. And but that's, like you said, where it all starts. You got a young quarterback who is very good and obviously was able to do some big things earlier this year. Going to have to do the same thing tonight, but obviously you want to get that running game going to help him out.
We're going to step aside as they get ready to perform the national anthem, and we'll come right back here to Warner Robbins as the Demons and the Cadets get ready to do battle tonight. This is the Barnes Restaurant pregame show on WatchBCSports.com. We're coming right back.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
At Benedictine alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com. BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook. Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Looking for authentic, traditional Southern cuisine for your next special event, reunion, wedding, or celebration in Savannah? For over 45 years, Barnes Restaurant is the most experienced, trusted caterer in all of Savannah. Groups 50 to 5,000. No event too big or small. Barnes does it all. Online at barnesrestaurant.com.
And there you see the Warner Robbins High School Marching Band performing tonight's national anthem ahead of tonight's ball game between the Cadets and the Demons of Warner Robbins. And PJ Zuko, the Demons, with a lot of talent, as always. They have a highly recruited young man. We're going to see a lot of Isaiah Gibson, 6'5", 245 pounds off that defensive side. It's going to be trying to get after Stephen Cannon in a big way. So obviously a lot of onus on that offensive front.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that comes not only rushing the ball and open up holes for your running back, but obviously being able to protect your quarterback as well. And, see these talented guys all around Southeast Georgia, right? In Central Georgia, no matter where you're at here in the state of Georgia, they're going to be playing college ball very soon. And we're seeing another one of those tonight. So, yeah, just got to know where he is in every spot, every phase of the game to be able to protect your guys. If you're an offensive lineman, even if Cannon steps back to throw. You got maybe a running back helping a chip block. You got to key in on where Gibson's going to be.
Yeah, we are here at the MAC, as you see right there in the middle of the field on the visitor side, home of Warner Robbins and actually Northside Warner Robbins. So you may see Demons down in one end zone, and then when we work to the right side of your screen, it actually says the Eagles. That's when Northside Warner Robbins plays here. So those two programs share a stadium right here in Warner Robbins. So we're excited to get this one underway. Again, some kind of housekeeping notes if you're just joining us here in the pregame for BC. Next week, they are going to play Ware County in Savannah. Originally, that was a game that was supposed to be played last week in Waycross. Obviously, Hurricane Helene has done great damage all throughout South Georgia, and we saw it on the ride here as well. You start getting in central Georgia and just trees down everywhere as you come up this way. But in order to make it all work, the GHSA allowed everybody to have an extra week to the season. That pushes the playoffs back an extra week as well. So as a result of all of that, Ware County will be on the schedule next week. New Hampstead, which was on the schedule next week, gets moved to the end of the season, and everybody else gets pushed back a week on the schedule. And that was simply so that New Hampstead and Ware County could make it work. Chatham County Public Schools were off this whole week, so they were not allowed to play with no school. And so Ware County couldn't play New Hampstead this week. And in order to make it all work, long story short, they're having to flip-flop. So, PJ, if I've confused everybody, there you go. So that's the situation. Ware County next week, it will be in Savannah. I would imagine, if just given how some of these things work, long way off, but next year's game will probably be back in Waycross if BC gets the home game coming up this year, but all that's for down the road. But that's how BC looks now. You got Warner Robbins, then Ware County next week, and everybody else gets pushed back. Wayne, Perry, and then New Hampstead will be the final week of the regular season, or what would be the final week of the regular season. Then there's another week, I believe, after that BC will have off before the playoffs the week after that. It's again, greatly confusing, and somebody else has figured this all out, and that's the schedule as it stands. So bottom line is we're here in Warner Robbins on a Friday night, actually, to play a little high school football. And again, this should be a great one. I think defensively, PJ, I think the old saying goes, offense may ride the wave. Defense, you can't have a week off. Defensively, you've had several weeks off. One defensive football game, obviously, and coming up on 5 weeks. It's going to be tough for offensively, I think, to get going. Defense, how quickly can you come out and be physical right out the jump again?
No, absolutely. And at the end of the day, you got to come out and set the tone. Like you said, you can't take a week off defensively to be able to, and especially not this week, as we've seen throughout the regular season so far. Warner Robbins can score some points, and there's no doubt about that. You can't take a week off. You can't take a drive off. So if you're the defense, I'm sure you're itching to get back out there again, like we talk about coming out of the offseason, right? Tired of hitting your own guys in practice and ready to get back into it and get out there and hit some guys from Warner Robbins. So, yeah, I got to come out here, set the tone defensively early in the ball game, and hopefully you're able to ride that wave as the game goes on.
Absolutely. We're counting it down. We have not seen now. We see the captains walking out here for BC. They'll meet here in the middle for the coin flip. BC wearing their white tops with gray pants and the gray helmets tonight. Warner Robbins looks to be decked out in all black with the red accents tonight as well for the Demons, as their captains have come out onto the field. And they'll walk it up, trying to see who BC has as captains tonight, as they usually rotate week to week until the playoffs, making sure all the seniors can get a turn. I'm trying to get a peek down there and let you know who we got. Looks like Blake Maxheimer is going to be one of your captains tonight. Looks like a lot of linemen tonight. 71 is Paul Thompson, who had a really nice game last time out defensively. He looks like number 61, if I can see that far, going to be David Connor, a senior. And then behind him, if you could do us a favor and turn to the side.
Yeah, right. part of this is being able to read down there. Part of it's them turning the other direction.
But we'll get that for you just a little bit. But again, just your thoughts as they get ready for the coin toss, and we'll take another step aside. After the long layoff, would you just take the ball first and just try to jump right back at it?
Maybe so, just build some of that momentum, yeah, and set the tone offensively and kind of be aggressive. I definitely wouldn't see a big issue with that. Like you said, just being able to get out there, and part of this is excitement, not only to be back out there on the field, but also toning in that excitement once you start the game. So, yeah, maybe you give it to the offense and let them go be aggressive.
Absolutely. So, again, we count it down towards the opening kickoff. This is the opening night of region play as well, PJ. So, this is where the kind of second season kicks in, as we've talked about region play beginning tonight, and they all mean just a little bit extra. Your fourth captain tonight is going to be Ralph Scroggins, number 62. So, you got an all lineman captaincy crew here tonight for BC as they'll go off for the coin toss. We'll keep it here until they do the coin toss before we take our final break of the Barnes Restaurant pregame show. Again, Barnes Catering, Pit Cook Barbecue since 1975. BarnesRestaurant.com is where you need to go to place your next catering order, and we'll be in Savannah next week. So go ahead and make that catering order for next Friday night against Ware County there at Memorial Stadium. BarnesRestaurant.com, the place to go. As handshakes all around, and Warner Robins, of course, a big military town. You got the military personnel out there. I want to say I heard pregame it was Military Appreciation Night potentially here at Warner Robins. And again, Robins Air Force Base here, and a big military installation here in the heart of Middle Georgia. As you can see, there are some servicemen and women back there behind the captains. See if we remember how to do the coin toss. It's been a minute here. PJ Zuko.
It's been a little longer for me than you, but I believe I remember how to do it. No.
So they're still talking to the captains here, and they're going to step in and get this done. But again, a very important game tonight. Sets the tone. Don't think either way this goes, you still got a lot of region games left, and tough region games. Warner Robins got that same tough road to hoe. So looks like BC won it, and they're going to defer. And so they'll go on defense first here to get things started. So the Cadets going to kick it off when we come back. That'll do it for the Barnes Catering pregame show. Pit Cook Barbecue since 1975. BarnesRestaurant.com to place your next catering order. Kickoff coming your way when we come back here on WatchBCSports.com.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook. Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Tradition, honor, a culture of excellence. This is Benedictine Cadets football, built by helpful Rincon Ace Hardware, your locally owned and operated Ace Hardware. Tonight, live from McConnell Talbert Stadium in Warner Robins, Georgia, your Benedictine Cadets take on the Demons of Warner Robins. Now here's your hosts, Kevin Thomas and Christian Gokel.
Welcome in here to another Friday night of cadet football. As the Demons running out on the field, it will, to kind of nestle back in ourselves, it will be Connor Ferguson to kick things off from right to left, as the Demons will send a couple of men back deep, double safety, and see if Connor can start us off right and just kick it out there to Robbins Air Force Base and get us a touchback to get things started.
It's going to be the opposite of what we said, when we were talking in the pregame. Got to set the tone defensively now. Got to come out. Hopefully have a solid 3-and-out here and get this thing going.
So it'll be Xavier Cannon and number 7, Damani Cox back deep. Rashawn Dinkins back deep to return the kick. Here's the kick. Comes down at the 1-yard line. And they're going to run it out and brought down at the 15, still driving forward. And short of the 20-yard line is where He will be brought down. Tackle made by Michael Hogan, the senior, getting down there on kick coverage, and Warner Robbins will take over 1st and 10 from inside their own 20 at the 18. Good to have you along tonight. Cadet football on WatchBCSports.com is built by Rincon Ace Hardware, and good to have them bring you the broadcast tonight from the middle of the state.
Yep.
The Demons trot out with that big offensive line. They'll work out of the spread. Trips here to the short side. One up top. And it'll be Skylar Williams, quarterback, setting things in motion, and he'll flare one out in the flat. Going to be caught, and third Scroggins going to track him down out in the flat, but not before a gain of about 7. They're going to give him all the way short of the 30. That'll be enough for a first down. So just a little quick flare pass from Skylar Williams, and Warner Robbins lining right back up, ready to go. They'll bring a tight end in. Now motion across the formation, and Williams going to keep it himself. He'll have the first down across the 40 to the 41 before he's brought down. Looks like Wyatt Estabrook in there on the count, on the stop. And right now, 2 plays, about 20 yards of offense here for Warner Robbins. Cadets in that 3-man front. They'll put third Scroggins' hand in the dirt. And now what do we have? A flag. Somebody false start on the inside against Warner Robbins. Didn't see who moved, but the Cadets will certainly take it. And that'll put the Demons behind the sticks. 1st and 15.
Absolutely getting a little jumpy here. But you had 2 solid plays there, and then BC will take the 5 yards every time. So slow this offense down a little bit here before they get going, hopefully.
So it'll be 1st and 15. Williams out of a shotgun. He'll fake it. Quick out is going to be caught on the far side, up the left side, and dragging a couple of BC defenders up near midfield. That's going to get just about all of it. Going to be about 3 yards, maybe 2 yards shorter. Bring up second down. Then out the near side official. He keeps doing the country line dance. Couple to the left, couple to the right. It's going to be second down. We'll call it 3 here for Warner Robbins. Here's the snap. They'll flare it out in the flat. Can BC get there? No, that's going to be a first down before he is upended inside the 45. That's Makai Williams dropping Rashawn Dinkins, but he'll have a first down for the Demons as they continue to move the football.
Just those quick little pop passes left and right, whether it be right along the line of scrimmage and able to get out in the space and create some yardage there. I think the one play we saw there in the inside was that QB run.
We got a flag.
Bringing it back here.
Holding against Warner Robbins. So a break for the Cadets, or that was going to be another first down. So they'll move them back behind the chains. It'll be, instead of a first down, it'll be 2nd and 12. So trying to get BC running sideline to sideline here early. And now an empty backfield for Williams. And Williams going to be a delayed quarterback draw. Cadets read that, and only 3 or 4 on the quarterback keep for a host of Cadets. Wrap him up there. It'll be 3rd down, about 7. Well, they say he moved the stack a little far. I didn't think he quite moved it that far. But they place him all the way up at the 44-yard line.
Yeah. Tough spot there, but slowed him down, I think, a little bit. He thought he was faking a handoff to someone who wasn't there, but good job by BC rallying to the football, getting the quarterback down. Warner
Robbins has to get to the Cadet 49-yard line for a first down. 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter, just underway. First possession of the ball game. And a big early 3rd down. Here's Williams on a straight drop. BC, can they get there over the middle? Tipped, and JoJo Sutton just got tipped just behind him, or he would have had a chance to make that play, and the Cadets hold on 3rd down, and they're going to get the football here.
That's a solid stop there. Nice tip up. Can't quite get the pick, but hey, that's okay.
BC's going to put – yeah, go ahead.
My fault. Just break up that pass, get it down, and get your offensive football.
Cadets are going to put double safeties back. It's going to be like Makai Williams and Bubba Frazier, I believe, back deep. And here's the punt. It's a low line driving punt, going to be caught at the 21, and straight ahead goes Bubba Frazier out towards the 25. That's all he's going to get, but 1st and 10 for the Cadets. So Warner Robbins, first possession, moved it, about 40 yards, and then the penalties pushed him back, and BC able to shut it down and get the ball back.
Yeah, and hey, some self-inflicted wounds, false start, holding penalty. But you'll take that every time if you're the BC defense, and got their legs under them and ended up slowing up that quarterback run. Big tip there on third down. So, hey, went out and did what they needed to do. They're at about midfield, so let's see if the offense what they can do.
Here's Stephen Cannon, junior quarterback. He'll take it, give it to Ron Mallett off the right side, makes a man miss. That's a 30, still on his feet, and gets out close to the 35, and that's a young man that's been getting more and more carries as the season's gone on. PJ, the young sophomore running back, and he's got a burst of speed that the coaches really like.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw it there for a second. That shoestring tackle was the only thing between him and the end zone.
Going to be second and about a half a yard maybe, so see how the Cadets play it. Tailback behind Stephen Cannon. Now they'll motion some tight ends across the formation. Straight give, Stanley Smart Jr., and did he get across the 35? He did. That'll be a first down. Move the sticks.
Certainly looks for it. Yep, and they're moving those sticks.
Great
job, just getting enough.
The guy to watch here for Warner Robbins, number 9, Isaiah Gibson. He'll be the down lineman closest to your screen. You see him here with his hands on his hips, working off that right edge. And he's going to be working against the big fella, Jacoby Ward, over there off that left side. And they'll give this tailback Smart. He'll go straight ahead. Spun around. Nice second effort by Stanley. Gets across the 40 to the 41. They're going to give him a good 5.5. Call it 6 on first down. And second and medium here for BC.
They love picking that up on first down. Nice chopping it right in half here for second down. Like you said, love this second effort. Getting those extra yards with the spin.
Cadets bringing in some extra guys here to block off that left side. Now they'll motion Lilly across the formation. Cannon, he'll give it again inside. Nice move, Stanley Smart. He gets brought down, and I believe that was the big fella. It was Isaiah Jones bringing him down. That'll be third and about 3. So an interesting third down call here for A.J. DePhillips early. And so far, been content to put it on the ground and test that front 7 of Warner Robbins. We'll see what they do here with twins here to the near side. Cannon will put a man in motion. Here's the snap. He'll do a flare pass. It's caught. Bubba Frazier. They got it blocked up. That's a first down. Oh, the Cadets want a late hit out of bounds. They're not going to get it. I thought Bubba got popped about a yard out of bounds there, PJ, but not going to call it. But it will be a first down. Move the sticks for BC, and that is a BC Brothers moving the chains. First down.
There you go. That certainly was right on the edge there, but what was on the edge as well was a great block to get him the first down there.
Trips up top now on a 1st and 10 from the Cadet 47. Cannon, nobody back there. Now is going to have to just eat it. He got folded under, and that was Isaiah Jones, the big fella, big-time recruit here from Warner Robbins. And now it's going to be second and about 14 for BC. They'll keep 4 in the formation. Empty backfield now for Stephen Cannon. Now what do they have? False start against BC, so back it up 5 more yards.
That's tough.
That's
tough way to slow things down here as you were just starting to really get things going with that running game.
You go from 2nd and 14 to 2nd and 19. Clock rolling, 6:47 to go here in the first quarter. No score. First possession of the ball game for the Cadets. Cannon looking, has a man up a little too strong. Was looking for, who is that? Josh Washington here on the near side, just a little too tall for him. It'll be 3rd and Eisenhower Street to go here for the Cadets. They need to get to the 43 of Warner Robbins in order to pick up that first down.
And definitely going to need your biggest play if you want to pick up all 19 yards right here. We'll see what they do here close to midfield.
Empty backfield here for Cannon. He got the blitz. There's Washington, just dropped the football. And he got ate up right after he caught it anyways. And that's going nowhere. Trying to get some of that yardage back, and they're going to have to punt. And again, both teams very similar drives, PJ. Warner Robbins and BC came out running the football, got behind the sticks, and kind of started going backwards, ended up having to punt the football.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Jones had a big play there on first down to back things up, but really the killer there, the false start. And we've seen, there you go, 2 false starts on these first 2 drives. Mix in a holding penalty as well, and we'll see what happens as these teams start clicking a little bit more as the game goes on.
That is not a good punt by Connor. It goes off the side of his foot, going to go out of bounds at the 42 of Warner Robbins. So officially going to be a 18-yard punt for Connor. And that's going to be great field position here for Warner Robbins, taking over 1st and 10. So now you don't typically see that from Connor. He's had a good year punting the football. And that time just caught it off the side of his foot.
Well, at the end of the day, right, offense, defense hasn't been on the field a whole lot in the past 4 or 5 weeks. Special teams haven't either. So maybe some out of characteristic things, coming out early in this ball game.
So here is Williams. He'll give it straight ahead. BC tried to stop that. And a good recovery by Cam Cody on the tackle. Also aiding in that tackle was number 51, LJ Cooper. But they're going to get about 4 on the play. And now what do we have? False start against Warner Robbins, so they'll go backwards. And they will give it right back.
That's tough. You have these positive gains and just both teams kind of shooting themselves in the foot here early. Who's going to be the first team that kind of gets out of these penalty ruts that we've seen so far?
Skylar Williams back there by himself. Now the Demons will flex around. And here's the snap, quarterback keeper here to the near side. Nicely read. Who was that got him first in the hole? That was going to be Cam Cody, hit him in there. Also number 51, LJ Cooper.
That's a big play there. Knocking it behind the sticks once again here for 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11 here. Big opportunity for the Cadets to get right back off the field and limit Warner Robbins to just a 3-play drive. Here's Williams. He'll motion the back out, have an empty set. Williams looking, all kinds of pressure. 3rd, Scroggins going to eat him up. And give big Cam Cody a little ham sandwich there as well at the end. And that'll end it for Warner Robbins on that drive. And you got to pick up number 11.
Yeah.
He came through like a Miami Hurricane and took out Skylar Williams. And now they're going to have to punt the football.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge play there by the BC defense. And, hey, you got to put a body on him. You got to, like you said, you got to circle number 9 there on Warner Robbins defense. You got to circle number 11. Make sure he's not getting in the backfield causing havoc like he just did.
Yeah, great play by 3rd Scroggins. And BC hopefully gets this ball back in great shape. Here's the snap. BC, did somebody jump off sides? Warner Robbins moved, so back him up 5 more yards. And I think you saw some folks hopping around out there for BC. Omari Burse, number 14, backup quarterback, kind of showed some late movement, like he was coming to block the punt, and got somebody to shimmy and shake a little bit over there on that Warner Robbins offensive front.
Certainly not first game, but you got those jitters now on both sides.
Will Shepard, high snap. He'll punt it away. Almost got there, did the Cadets. It's off to the right. It's going to be caught and fair caught by Mekhi Williams at the BC 43. So great field position here for the Cadets. 4:09 to go here in the first quarter. Again, Cadet football built by Rincon Ace Hardware. And we're glad to have you along here from Warner Robbins as the Cadets back at it for the first time in quite some time. And again, that first drive, you kind of expect trying to feel some things out. And let's see what they come out with here. Really put an emphasis on running the football until they got behind the chains last drive.
Right, and you love to see that as long as you're able to keep ahead of the sticks, right, with that running game.
Put Ganem in motion. Here's the play action or give inside. That Smart still on his feet out towards midfield. Got a nice block out front there. That was Chase Wilson leading the way there for Smart. He got 9 on first down. Bring up second down and short here for the Cadets. And again, you get in these big games, you talk about running the football. They have made a dedicated effort here so far in the first quarter. Trips up top here for Cannon. Stanley Smart to his right. And to give to Smart, first down and more inside the Demon territory, just short of the 45. Move the chains, and that was a pretty standard call there. Second short, just go get it and move the chains. That's a BC Brothers moving the chains, first down.
Now, why not get that 1st and 10? And also, first team moving on the other side of the field here in the Warner Robbins territory for the BC offense.
Here's Cannon on 1st and 10. First snaps inside the Demon territory. They'll give it off again. Straight ahead. Is still on his feet. This is going to be JoJo Sutton. Breaks the man. 25 and shoved out of bounds at the 20-yard line. JoJo Sutton stepping in at tailback and picking up a huge first down. And BC just outside the red zone. Going to mark him down at the 22. Another BC Brothers moving the chains. First down for the Cadets.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? Inside, outside, doesn't matter where. BC running the football real well right now.
Sutton going to stay in at tailback. They'll give it to him one more time, and he'll get drugged down. I think maybe tripped over somebody's foot there, Jack Gannum, and he'll get no gain on the play. And it'll be second down and 10, so well within Connor Ferguson field goal range if you're talking about getting some points here. Obviously, they want 7, but you feel pretty good where you're at here, this part of the field. Ron Mallard going to check in. Nope, they're going to bring him back off. They'll stack receivers now. Nope, they'll split them up. 2:29 to go in the quarter. Cannon, all kinds of time. Going to buy some time, looking, going to step back, throw, and it's going to go out of bounds, incomplete. Just tried to buy as much time as possible and give credit to Warner Robbins. They strung him out over here to the near side and just nowhere to go with the football.
Absolutely good pressure in the backfield. A good coverage downfield, and ultimately a smart decision, not putting it in harm's way. Yeah, it's 3rd and 9.5, 3rd and 10, but hey, you're in this near red area. You want points, be sure to get them.
Isaiah Gibson up top of your formation for Warner Robbins. He's going to be working against the sophomore Gavin Smith, who's out there at right tackle. 3rd down and 10 for BC. Did they get him to jump?
I think he might have.
Yes, they did, so give me a free 5. Here for BC, it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Great job with that snap count, making the defensive end jump into the neutral zone there, and offensive lineman reacted to it. That's a free 5 yards every single time.
So we've just run the ball. So 3rd and 5 opens up the possibility you can go back to it again. 2:14. Here's the fake. Cannon right over the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, John Lilly in the end zone. What a great play action call right over the middle. John Lilly wide open, and BC's on the board. 6-0 here against Warner Robbins early on in the game.
And that's exactly what you're looking for, Kevin. I mean, like you said, run, and that just opens everything up down the field, right? 3rd and 5, you're in that zone where it could be either way, and that little pass right over the top. Absolutely perfect, right where it needed to be. And you had those safeties, those linebackers creep up just enough to open it up in the end zone.
Connor Ferguson for the point after. It is up, and it is good. 7-0. BC leading Warner Robbins here in the first. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Benedictine alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com.
Welcome back to Warner Robbins. Cadets have struck first. They lead it 7-0. On a John Lilly touchdown reception from Stephen Cannon. And the Cadets went right down the field, run, play action, and the tight end was wide open, running right down the hash marks.
That was a great pass, exactly where it needed to be. And when you run the football like that, Kevin, it opens everything up.
Connor Ferguson well into the back of the end zone, and Warner Robbins will bring it out to the 20. 1st and 10. 2:09 to go here in the first quarter. Certainly one of the games of the week in the state between Warner Robbins and BC. Again, at last check, it's been a minute since there's been cancellations and off weeks, but at last check, I believe the region still had 4 teams in the top 10 in 4A. So, and oh, by the way, one of the teams that's not in the top 10, their quarterback just broke the state record for passing yards in a game.
Doesn't surprise me one bit when you talk about the talent, the teams, the programs that are in this region, Kevin. It's going to be absolute cinema all year.
Yeah, here's Skylar Williams. He'll keep it himself. They'll go straight ahead. And Larson Little going to try to wrap him up at the 30. He'll have the first down. Give him 12 yards on the delayed quarterback keeper. And again, you feel like it'll be a matter of time before Coach Houston and company make an adjustment on that. Haven't really tested BC downfield at all. As they'll check back.
Yeah, these two right here, wide receivers are.
So we got trip wide receivers here to the near side. 1st and 10 here for Warner Robbins. Right at 2 minutes to go. Little quick pass in the slot, going to be caught, and a first down across the 45. Caught by, I believe that was Edwards. Or excuse me, that's Damon Batts, a 6'2 senior wide receiver. Now these Warner Robbins numbers from way up here, 0 kind of, it could be an 8. They have the red with the super white outline on the inside and outside. So
yeah, those
my old eyes sometimes discerning the 3 and 8, 6, it all kind of looks the
9,
same.
yeah, they blend in a little bit.
So here's Williams, trips here to the near side, going to be a quarterback keeper again. He'll try to break it outside. BC's there, and JoJo Sutton with an open field tackle. And that was a great play on the edge by JoJo Sutton. Get him behind the stick. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. Really trying to get Williams outside and bust that quarterback draw, and he closed down quickly.
Yeah, and he's been successful on a few of those quarterback runs up the middle. He tried to stretch it out to the left there, like you said, a little bit too wide, and that BC defense responded well.
So 2nd down, we'll call it 13 here for Warner Robbins. And now a little play action. They'll throw it, put it up, and it is going to be caught, dropped, almost intercepted. Makai Williams, I think, got a hand on it. And also the wide receiver just kind of bobbled it a little bit.
Benedictine's almost got a couple there on the tip drill so far tonight. We'll see if they're able to haul one in. But, yeah,
that
solid
was
pressure there by BC and could have affected the throw a little bit.
Jordan Addy, the tight end, 6'2", 205. So start getting up there some big boys here for the Demons. 3rd down and 13. Williams looking, going to throw deep up the left side, way overthrown. Receiver broke off the route. And a little miscommunication there. BC going to get the football back. And again, if we see how the punts went the first couple of times here off the foot of Will Shepard, going to get probably a low line driving kick. Certainly that Bubba Frazier, who's that Josh Washington back there this time. So Frazier or Washington certainly look to get a returnable kick here. Shepard going to get into it. That one's high, but very short. And it's going to hit in the middle of the field. Everybody getting away from it. And that'll be touched up at the BC 38-yard line. So great field position here for the Cadets. 43 seconds to go before the end of the quarter, PJ Zuko. And again, a chance. We'll see how they come out. Obviously, it was working to me. Go right back to pounding the rock and trying to loosen up that Demons defense.
Yeah, why not? A couple solid plays by number 9 there for Warner Robbins over the first 2 drives. But other than that, some really solid runs by Benedictine and staying away from those flags. You really saw this offense got to work there on that second drive, putting up 7 points.
Here go the Cadets, 5 wide, a little flare out, going to be caught in the flat. And this will be a first down. He's to the sideline. Yes, he did. There goes Josh Washington. All the way, nobody there. That is going to be a 62-yard touchdown catch by Josh Washington up the left side. Just twinkle-toed the sidelines for a touchdown.
Absolutely. Just got to keep those feet in. He did exactly that. And I'll tell you what, we've seen Warner Robbins a couple times on the last few drives try and get to the outside on Benedictine, right? That's going to be tough against the BC defense. Benedictine comes right back, gets to that sideline, and beats everybody to it there with that huge touchdown pass and catch. And looking to go up 14-0 here are the Cadets before the end of the first quarter.
Great job of tiptoeing over there on the near sideline. Kick is up, and it is good. Cadets strike quickly, 32 seconds. That would be an 11-second drive for BC, and we're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
Have I prepared enough? There'll be unexpected turns. When things get tough, I need to stick to the game plan. No regrets. I'm ready. Are you? Get ready. Contact Abel's Iron-On Moore & Associates today and see why they are different. Because nobody ever wishes they'd saved less for retirement.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
14-0 BC, an 11-second drive, 62 yards to Josh Washington up the near sideline, and the Cadets with a 2-touchdown lead here early in this one. Connor Ferguson to kick it off once again. That's called efficiency, PJ Zuko.
Absolutely. Incredible job there. One play drive in for the touchdown, and well, what a way to start this game for the Cadets.
And Connor Ferguson, that's going to go all the way out of the back of the end zone. Boy, he is feeling it on the kickoffs tonight. And now BC's defense, you feel like they've kind of started to settle in a little bit. I think the one thing you like to take away is those big chunk runs early. Passing game for Warner Robbins has been non-existent. You had a couple of drop pass, couple of tip balls, but outside of the little swing passes in the flat, they haven't really done anything downfield against you. And what's really gassing you is some of those misdirection runs.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, just kind of the little options there by the quarterback. And if you're able to take those away, look out, this BC defense might be feeling it.
Here's Skylar Williams. Out of more of a pistol look here. They'll give straight ahead. Cadets trying to close it down, but not before. They're going to go straight ahead. That's close to a first down. That's going to be Lattimore. Davion Lattimore, 6'1", 195-pound senior running back. And it looks like Warner Robbins changes running backs like socks here. They've had about 3 or 4 different guys back there. Here's Lattimore back ahead again, and Larson Little going to drag him down. I think that was along with, who was that, JoJo Sutton on the far sideline assisting in the tackle. So 1st and 10, Warner Robbins, 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Let's see if the Demons get off another play. And they're not going to. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Cadets 14-0. They lead Warner Robbins after 1. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
At Benedictine alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
We go to the second quarter. Cadets up 14-0 over Warner Robbins. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Demons as we get things going here in the second. About as good a first quarter as you could have expected, given all the ups and downs of just getting to the football field the last couple weeks here. And that one was almost picked off. Mekhi Williams was going for a touchdown. In and out of the hands. And that BC secondary, PJ, has played really well tonight. Tight windows, really 3 opportunities at an interception so far here in the first quarter, 4 seconds. And again, Skylar Williams not finding it easy throwing the football tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, tight windows, some pressure on the quarterback helping that out as well, and some big tips so far to start off this game for the BC defense.
So 2nd and 10. Williams going to throw the quick out, and it's going to be dropped. His receiver's not helping him out either. I don't think that was going to go very far. Had he caught it, Isaiah Jones was barreling down from that linebacker spot.
Yeah, 4 or 5 BC cadets over there ready to make the tackle. But either way, the quarterback, Warner Robbins, doesn't seem insanely comfortable right now. You know, his throws have been a little sporadic. That one a little low. But like I said, got to be able to reel that in and try and get some extra yards if you're his wide receiver.
Yeah, Williams, 6'3", 215, so not a small guy there at quarterback. Cadets showing a little pressure here on 3rd and 10. Here's the snap. Here comes Third Scroggins around the edge. He'll throw it, wind it up, tipped and out of the hands again. And that'll bring up 4th down. So the Cadets are 3 and out, and they're going to get the ball right back on an offense that scored in 1 play last time, put together a great drive, the possession before that, and really starting to find a lot of momentum offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, Kevin, to build that momentum, you like to have the ball in your hands as much as possible, right? And this defense is making sure that the Cadets offense is getting that ball back as soon as possible every time. I will say, I said the throws weren't looking insanely comfortable. You got to reel that in.
Here's Shepard, gets one off, a wobbling punt, going to come down, caught by Bubba Frazier across the 35-40. He's got one man to beat, and unfortunately that one man wrapped him up. And that was Kenyon Johnson, senior linebacker. But BC with great field position all the way out at the 46. And you scored on 1 play last time. Do you just come out and go for a gut shot here?
Maybe, you never know. But I mean, at the end of the day, that wasn't right. That wasn't a 40, 50-yard bomb down the field, right? That was just stretching the defense and trying to see if you can get to the outside. You saw this running game picking up yardage up the middle. You're obviously able to stretch the outside as well. So plenty of options here for this BC offense to try and get 21 on the board real quickly.
So 5 wides in the formation. They're going to spread Warner Robbins out here. Empty set for Stephen Cannon. Cannon all kinds of time, and he'll look to throw underneath and dropped. Makai Williams was a little bit behind him. Probably another one a little bit behind him, but probably should have reeled that in.
Yeah, touch behind it, and obviously rolling out to his right as he threw that one kind of across his body as well. But I love to see the multiple sets here by BC, stretching everybody out. You saw a strong running game there for a little bit, but now letting their quarterback out in the...
Here's Cannon rolling to his left. He'll throw, has a man wide open, and it is Bubba Frazier on the far sideline, and he'll step out of bounds. They'll mark him up at the 31-yard line, so a big gain. And Bubba just found a huge hole in the zone over there on the left side. And, hey, for Stephen Cannon, the easy pitch and catch, and that's a 1st down.
Absolutely great placement there. And like you said, the thing about the zone, you got a lot of guys out there, but there's holes. He found one.
They'll put John Lilly over to the left. Here's the snap. The give to Stanley Smart. Smart trying to break away, and there's too many guys to break away from, and he's going to be thrown down back at the 40, a loss of almost 10.
A tough one there. Good gang tackling there by Warner Robbins. At the end of the day, you're fighting for extra yardage, trying to get us in just anything you can out of that play, but sadly that one just kept going backwards.
So it'll be 2nd down and close to, so we'll call it 17. They gave him a little, from the initial spot, I thought it was almost a full 10. They marked it forward on the forward progress. Here's Cannon, empty set. Steven, all kinds of time, going to throw, and it is almost intercepted. He threw it out in front. I think that time Makai Williams kind of stopped the route a little bit, and I think Cannon thought he was going to keep going. And again, I think that's some of the things that pop up on game day when you just haven't played in a while. And it's, like you said, one live action game in 5 weeks coming in tonight.
Absolutely. You talk about chemistry and just timing, right? I mean, you can go out and throw to your wide receivers as much as you want to. Those routes are going to kind of be bumped off and slow down a little bit when it comes to actual gameplay. So trying to build up that chemistry once again after so much time off.
It'll be 3rd down and 16 officially. Here's Cannon throwing and Felt some pressure in his face. I don't think Mekhi Williams or who's that, Josh Washington, never got his head turned around. And Cannon had to let go of the football. It's probably a little far for Connor Ferguson. They may just try to punt it deep. Ball is at the Demon 37. Cadets need to get down to the 21-yard line. And
this would be a solid 54-yard field goal.
Are they going to try to kick it? No. I was going to say, they've let Connor try that before, but maybe a little too early in the ball game for that. Let's see if they can pin them deep. Here's the snap. Connor collects it easily. He's going to hang one up high, end over end. Fair catch at the 5-yard line. So Connor does his job and really doing a great job tonight in the special teams. Touchbacks, extra points, and punting the football puts Warner Robbins back in a deep hole and maybe makes them one-dimensional here. They haven't been able to throw the football a whole lot. Can BC pin their ears out back as they try to get out of the shadow of their own end zone here?
Seeing so many big games like this, Kevin, the field position game comes up so much. Yeah, you want to score points. Of course, you want to light up that scoreboard, but sometimes it's about winning the field possession game as well. And that fair catch on the 5-yard line, obviously putting the Demons in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, they got to go 95 yards. Here's Williams standing back on his goal line. The give goes straight ahead. BC there to shut it down after a gain of maybe 1. L.J. Cooper, Cam Cody, and others in there to make the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 9. They push him ahead to the 12, or the 7, excuse me. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. So if you're BC, you'll take that, just 2 yards, 2 yards. Take the football back.
Absolutely.
Cadets showing pressure here on a big 2nd down. Here's the snap. They'll pull it. Looking to man in the slot's going to be caught out at the 20. That's a 1st down. And a saving tackle made by Wyatt Estabrook out at the 31-yard line. But that gets the Demons way out away from their own end zone and a big 1st down. And one of the few big passes here early for Skylar Williams.
Yeah, one of the few that we've seen kind of vertically challenge Benedictine there, and they were able to connect.
Trips up top. Here's the give. Straight ahead. BC reads that well. Big Cam Cody. Got an arm on it. Looks like 3rd Scroggins, L.J. Cooper over there as well. And it will bring up 2nd down and about 8. So doing a much better job of containing the run game here are the Cadets. 9:27 to go here before halftime.
Especially those inside runs. BC, that defensive line swallowing it up right now.
Here's Williams. They'll hold it. Now try to pull it outside, and somebody held him up over there. He was brought down. Finally, I think Colby Brennan officially brought him down, but somebody, I think it was L.J. Cooper, got a hand on him and slowed him way down, and Colby Brennan finished him off. So that'll be 3rd down, 6, so another 2-yard gain on the ground. And now the Cadets looking to get a stop on a 3rd down and 6, 8:52, and counting here before the half. Here's Williams. He'll pull it. Has men all in his face, going to throw it. That was Larson Little, and almost intercepted by Colby Brennan. Larson Little brought the wood, and Colby Brennan almost had the interception, and Warner Robbins going to punt the football back, and Cadets will get it with just over 8:40 to go here before halftime.
Huge play defensively by BC. Yeah, you had that play action, try to catch the Cadets off guard there a little bit, but man, left, center, right, didn't matter. He had the Cadet on every side of him trying to make that throw. Huge pressure by BC.
So here's Will Shepard to punt it for the Demons again. And this one, a better punt. And will spiral down at the 29. Going to be caught. This is Bubba Frazier trying to get out towards the 40, across the 40 to the 42. And tremendous field position here for the Cadets as this drive will start there with 8:33 to go. And this offense really been playing well, PJ. Just kind of been their first drive, a victim of themselves. Some false starts, moved them back behind the sticks, and they got in trouble. Last time, give Warner Robbins credit, drive just kind of stalled out. But then again, a negative play, running the football, put him behind the sticks and got him in trouble to stall that drive out. But other than that, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, the run game going well. Cannon kind of slowly but surely getting into a rhythm also and finding those holes in kind of the zone coverage that Warner Robbins has been playing a little bit of. So, yeah, this offense certainly in sync and trying to build that chemistry more and more from being out for so long off the field, but they're certainly clicking here up 14-0.
Here are the Cadets. Cannon going to go under center. He'll flip the formation. And he'll take the snap. They'll run the toss sweep. This is Smart off the left side. Warner Robbins closed that down really quickly. And that's the young man, Isaiah Gibson. I want to say he's committed to Georgia. Just come flying up to shut that run down.
And give him credit. I think that the 3 or 4 negative plays that we've seen from the Cadets so far, he's been a part of every single one of them. So he is playing real well right now.
Officially no gain for Smart there on first down. Here's the snap. Cannon going to flare it out here in the flat. Caught. This is Josh Washington across the 45, across midfield, very close to a first down. He's wrestled down by Isaiah Jones and number 33, Devarius Jackson.
Looks like they're moving the chains.
Oh, they're going to give him the first down. Wow. NFL rules give him the slide.
Yeah.
So BC going to go to that flex look with one wide receiver. Ganem in motion. They'll give it straight ahead. This is Smart. Big gain right up the middle. And that's just power football coming right at you. That's going to be 6.5 yards, close to 7 on first down. It'll be second down and about 3.5.
Just keeping the defense guessing on every single play. Not even drive, right? Every single play kind of coming out with a different formation, a different tempo. This offense is, and right back into Warner Robbins territory.
Flex bone look here for the Cadets. They'll give it in around. This is Bubba Frazier across the 40, inside the 40, 35, 30. Turns on the Jets and run out of bounds and tripped up. A touchdown-saving tackle by Jordan Powell. Otherwise, Bubba Frazier's dancing in the end zone, and another first down. BC Brothers moving the chains. First down.
And they're moving it well. They have the inside give there, big yardage, and then, of course, right back to the outside, and now into the shotgun look here for BC.
BC Brothers have been busy moving the chains.
Yeah.
Here's Cannon rolling. He was looking for the throwback. Nothing there. Throw it away, Steven. And that's what he's going to do. Good play. It looked a little crazy, but at the end of the day, smart play by your quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The kind of the spin and back from the left to the right, he was faking me out. So if you're at home watching, sorry about that, but the moves, getting away from the pressure. And again, like we said last time, right, they were close to the red zone, making the smart play, getting it out of bounds, reset, and make sure you get points here as you're close to the red zone.
7:02 to go in the quarter, second down and 10 for the Cadets. From the Warner Robbins 25, here's Cannon out in the flat, caught. Josh Washington makes a man miss inside the 15 at the 14. And that's going to be awfully close. They say move the chains. That's another BC Brothers moving the chains. First down, and we're getting close to being inside the 10 here for the Cadets off the far hash. Cadets looking to push this out to a 3-touchdown lead. Here's Cannon, inside give. This is Smart, and he is drugged down from behind. Nice play that time by number 15. I think that's Jaden Jones.
Last few times, though, we've seen BC gets tackled behind the lines, and boom, they're right back able to respond with positive yardage. Let's see if they can do that here on second 11.
They'll put John Lilly to the left side of the formation. Here's Cannon. Fakes it inside, looking for a man on the slant, and they wanted some interference. Boy, they just cut off Josh Washington's route. How is that not interference? He was running the slant, and the cornerback just kind of stepped in front of him, denying the route. And it wasn't like it was going for the football. It was out in front trying to make the cut.
Not like he was going for the football. And it's not like it was uncatchable either, because if there was a wide receiver still running, it very much would have been catchable. So, yeah, that's a tough one there. You have a defensive back kind of step right in front of your momentum there. But 3rd and 11, how do you respond?
They'll put Smart to the right of Stephen Cannon. They'll motion Smart out of the formation. Here's the snap. Cannon, flush to his left, and throws. Has a man open. It's going to be caught. Jack Ganem, touchdown. What a grab by Jack Ganem in the back of the end zone. And just ran that little wheel route up the sideline. And when Cannon looked like he was going to scramble PJ, they sucked it up. And Jack Gannon was right there running all by his lonesome, and a great grab over there in the left corner of the end zone.
That was beautiful, scrambling, but keeping his eyes downfield as well. It reminded me of, what was that, Nick Marshall back with Auburn? He rolled out against Alabama and caught a defensive back creeping up and leaving a wide receiver wide open. Reminded me a lot of that there, but great job keeping your eyes downfield and getting the BC Cadets in for another 6 points.
Here's Connor Ferguson for the point after. It is up, and it is right through there, 21-0. Cadets are all out in front. We're coming right back. This is Cadets football, built by Rincon Ace Hardware on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Vernon Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Welcome back here to Warner Robbins. Cadets 21-0 here in the first half. And what a play by BC there to score the touchdown on third down from the 14-yard line. And Jack Gannon with the touchdown. Point after is good. And BC making a statement here in the first half. Here's the kick. And into the back of the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. And again, in a big-time football game, you know Warner Robbins not going to go away. I was going to say, look no further than Georgia, Alabama last week. Everybody thought that one was over. And it came down to the last play. But right now it is looking good for BC. That defense has really shorted up and really limited Warner Robbins offensively. And right now, A.J. DePhillips has this BC offense running smoothly. Empty backfield here for Skylar Williams and Warner Robbins. 6:04 to go before the half. It'll be a quarterback keeper, try to reverse field, and L.J. Cooper met him right there at the 20 and falling forward. It'll give him about 3 yards out to the 23. It'll bring up second down and 7. But again, if you're the Cadets, if you're Galen Houston, defensive coordinator, basically last handful of carries, 2 yards a carry, you'll give them that all night long.
Absolutely. And it's been impressive to see the first few quarterback runs up the middle there had a lot of success. Since then, absolutely not.
Here's another one straight up the middle. Cam Cody. That's going to be Jalen Houston in there on the stop as well. And give him another couple of yards. Actually about 4. It'll be third down and 2. Warner Robbins going to go quick here. Here's the snap. They'll fake it. Quick out is going to be caught, and a missed tackle by BC on the edge. And on the right side, a knocked out of bounds Mekhi Williams. That was Damani Cox, 5'9", wide receiver. And once he made the first man miss, got about 10, 12 extra yards out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like you said, able to shake that first tackle and get going. Has a lot of speed there, and you see what Warner Robbins is able to do when they're able to connect those passes. Big run up the middle there by Warner Robbins again.
That's going to be a first down. So first big chunk run they've given up here in quite some time, and now tempo for Warner Robbins to see how BC adjusts. Here's the snap. Williams going to give it straight ahead again. Another 4 or 5 yards straight up the gut. As that time it was number 13. It's going to be Carmelo Canyon, I believe.
Slow things down here, trying to get the right play call in. Yeah, solid pickup there on first down for Warner Robbins.
So Demons putting together a drive. They're in BC territory at the 39. Williams, a little confusion, finally give it to his running back, and that gave BC enough time to recover. Going to stiff him up for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, that was odd. It seemed like everyone kind of slowed down there for a second, but BC able to recover and stop him short here. Get ready for a third and short.
Third down and about 3. Williams takes the snap. He'll keep it. Another quick flare out and dropped. Wyatt Estabrook was there trying to close down in coverage. It would have been close given the run after catch potentially, but that's going to bring up fourth down. And I think if you're Warner Robbins, PJ, plus territory. 4 minutes to go before half. BC's put 3 touchdowns up here. You got to go for this.
Yeah, I don't think you could say it's decision time. I don't think it's decision time. I think you got to go and get your offense back out there and see what they can do here on 4th down. Try and garner some momentum before you go into halftime. I mean, it's 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
It could be worse by halftime.
Big play here for the BC defense, and Demons are going to talk it over. They're going to take a timeout. We will take a timeout with them as well. This is BC football, built by Rincon Ace Hardware on WatchBCSports.com.
Walker Jones is your automotive superstore on Memorial Drive in Waycross. All the best brands: Chevy, Cadillac, GMC, Toyota, Nissan, and Honda, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, plus our pre-owned supercenter. And we're the home of the lifetime warranty. Come let us treat you like friends and good neighbors should.
Hey, I'm Mike Cuneo, General Manager at Walker Jones. We've got it all. Why shop anywhere else?
Online at walkerjones.com.
Walker Jones.
Looking for authentic, traditional Southern cuisine for your next special event, reunion, wedding, or celebration in Savannah? For over 45 years, Barnes Restaurant is the most experienced, trusted caterer in all of Savannah. Groups 50 to 5,000. No event too big or small. Barnes does it all. Online at barnesrestaurant.com.
4th down and 4. Here's the give straight ahead. BC going to stack it up, but I think second effort is going to be short. He got to the 35. He needed the 34, and that BC defense is going to hold. That was Jalen Houston. That was Paul Thompson, Cam Cody. There's quite a few of them in there holding on and dropping him short of the first down. So 1st and 10 for BC upcoming here. And now you got the 4-minute offense. You get the ball to start second half. This is a big couple of drives here for BC if you can pull a twofer here on Warner Robbins.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Could be 35-0 real quick, but, yeah, I thought that was somewhat interesting. BC seemed to have shored up the inside run quite a bit over the past few drives, and then on 4th and 3, 4, you go right back to the inside run. Kind of played into the Cadets' hand, if you ask me.
So here's Cannon on 1st down. Low snap dugout is going to be flushed and somehow gets out of the sack. Going to buy some time. Looking and going to take it out of bounds. And that'll officially be no gain on 1st down. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And we've seen that from Steven in the first handful of ball games for BC, that elusiveness where he can get out of some sacks at times and buy himself some time and give the back 5 or 6 there for Warner Robbins a lot of credit. Nobody was open for BC downfield.
Yeah, good coverage. But, hey, man, a shimmy, a shake, a duck, or whatever Cannon is able to do to be able to get some extra yardage or simply be able to get the ball away. He's been able to do that so far, like you said, throughout the season, but also just in this game tonight. Obviously, kind of created that last touchdown as well with his feet.
BC going to get called for a hold, so that backs him up. It's going to be 1st and 20 here for the Cadets. And again, I think it's October now, so they're throwing the pink flag. So sometimes those get a little hard to see.
Understandable. Can confirm, definitely October.
Oh, thank you for that. And now what do we have? False start on BC, so back him up another 5 yards. That'll be 1st and 25 here for the Cadets. And not how you wanted to try the 4-minute offense here.
Right. That's not the way you want to start it. And at the end of the day, start of the game for both the offenses were kind of having those flags thrown on them, whether it be false start, holding penalties. Thought BC was kind of out of that mix a little bit, but sadly rearing its ugly head here. But what can you do? You can't look at this as first and forever, right? Got to be able to get those chunks.
And here's Cannon rolling near side, looking, and he's going to be dumped back at the 19-yard line, so he's going to lose another yard. Tackle made by number 33. It's going to be Devarius Jackson. And so now 2nd and Abercorn to go here for BC. It's a long ways. They need to get all the way out to the 46-yard line. Ball's placed on the 19.
At the end of the day, if anyone had an 81-yard play cooked up all the time as a guarantee, they'd call that every time, right? But got to can't get all this in one time, can't have that be your mindset. If it ends up happening, fantastic, but just get what you can here to take it off.
Second down, there's a little quick out. Bubba Frazier, he'll go across the 25, 30, and across the 35, gets back to that original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 after just a quick out to Bubba Frazier. And that'll, again, give you at least 3rd and manageable after 2nd and 6 miles.
Yeah, it looks a whole lot different. We've seen BC convert these so far tonight, so certainly not out of the question here. Love that call, able to get your athletes out in space, see what they can do with the football, and now you're back into 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11.
Clock rolling, 2:22 to go here before the half. We'll have our Bernard Williams halftime report upcoming. Here's the snap to Cannon, looking. Got to be brought down. Right up the middle. Who's that? Isaiah Jones. Or Isaiah Gibson, excuse me. Have Isaiah Jones plays for BC. Isaiah Gibson going to come away with the sack. It's going to be 4th and about 15 here for BC. Clock rolls 23 on the play clock. You'll be able to get this down under a minute and a half if you let it run all the way down before you punt the football, and it looks like BC might do that and then call a timeout. They don't have the punt team running out on the field as of yet.
Obviously, Warner Robbins hasn't been able to put together a scoring drive just yet, so like you said, take as much time as you can here off the clock and boot this thing as far away as you can. But, yeah, Kevin, that's the one tough thing. You're able to get that yardage there on 2nd down, make it 3rd and somewhat manageable, right? 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, not 3rd and forever. But you got a guy on the other side that could just pin his ears back and go after the quarterback. And, sadly, that happens sometimes. But, another one of those things. Got to work out those little kinks here and there with the flags, with the false start, with the hold. But overall, I think a fantastic showing by Benedictine, their offense, and, of course, their defense pitching a shutout here in the first half so far. But just all the different multiple sets. And Cannon, when he gets in trouble, able to find the sideline sometimes, right? Sometimes able to find someone for a touchdown. A running game working real well for the most part. So I think overall you're pretty dang happy if you're the BC Cadets so far offensively.
Yeah, the Cadets have called timeout here, 1:29 to go in the half, so they'll punt it away here. Again, Warner Robbins has, I believe, 2 timeouts left. Connor Ferguson stands at the Cadet 15 to punt this football. Rashawn Deakins back deep, and a high-hanging punt going to come down at the 30, take a BC roll towards the 20. Deakins will pick it up there, try to cut back, and he'll be snowed under at the 25, 26-yard line. They'll actually mark him up towards the 27, and that's where Warner Robbins will take over 1st and 10 with 1:17 to go here before the half. And again, the Cadets will get the ball to start the second half. We'll have our Bernard Williams halftime report coming up here in just a little bit.
Can't understate this either, Kevin. A smart half of play from the BC offense as well. Some self-inflicted wounds, and it comes to penalties. No turnovers yet. Certainly had some situations where he had to throw the ball away and live for the next play. BC's defense has been close to some turnovers. We'll see if they can get one here on this drive.
1st and 10. Williams going to tuck it and run it himself. Breaks a tackle out across the 40. Let's see if they give him the 41 on the far side. And he was pushed out by Isaiah Jones. They'll give him the 40-yard line. So move the chains for Warner Robbins. And the clock will stop with 1:10 to go here before the half. And it seems like tempo has helped out the Demons here in the last half of this quarter. The pitch and catch, there was nobody there. The wide receiver was wide open. He was looking for Deakins up the right side, and had he caught it, it was going to go for a hot minute. Just a busted coverage there by BC.
Found a little spot in between the cornerbacks and the safety there, but got to be able to put it on the numbers. That one just far too low there for the Demons. 2nd
down and 10, 1:06 to go here in the half. Empty backfield here for Williams. Looking, he'll step up in the pocket. Now going to take off at the 45, trying to work towards the near side. Larson Little tried to get him, lost the hold, and into BC territory. And he'll be run out at the other 40-yard line, this time in BC territory. That'll be a first down for Warner Robbins with 57 seconds. And Williams just buying some time. And when he stepped up in the pocket, he looked and said, everybody has dropped off deep. I'm going to take off, and got a huge gain out of it. Gain of 20 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 with 57 seconds. And probably most importantly for Warner Robbins, he got out of bounds to preserve some precious seconds. Here's the snap. Williams winds it up, going to let it rip, and it's caught. A nice spot in the seam at the 20-yard line, hauled in by Nicholas Linder, 5'11 senior wide receiver. And the Demons all the way down to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, and they have used up very little time. Still 50 seconds. Clock rolls as they set the chains inside 50 seconds. And now Williams ready to go. Looking, flushed out of the pocket, going to roll here to the near side, wind it up towards the end zone, and caught, touchdown. A flag comes in. Let's see what they call. Wyatt Estabrook was in his face, never got turned around till the very end. The way everybody's reacting, it looks like this might go against Warner Robbins.
Trying to see if there's going to be a push-off or maybe something that was said or something like that after the play, because there was a little point.
Let's see what this is. Pass interference against Warner Robbins.
There you go, yeah.
So they're going to say there was a push-off on Estabrook in the end zone. So that'll back it up. I mean, if you go by like some of the college rulings,
yeah.
I mean, Estabrook was standing there, never turned around to try to find the football. That'll push the ball back to the 35. So 37 seconds to go here before the half. And now Danny Britt wants to call a timeout and try to get his defense back together, PJ. We'll step aside here one more time here before the half. It's 21-0, but Warner Robbins driving down the field. This is Cadet football, built by Rincon Ace Hardware on WatchBCSports.com.
Looking for authentic, traditional Southern cuisine for your next special event, reunion, wedding, or celebration in Savannah? For over 45 years, Barnes Restaurant is the most experienced, trusted caterer in all of Savannah. Rooms 50 to 5,000. No event too big or small. Barnes does it all. Online at barnesrestaurant.com.
Welcome back here to Warner Robbins. It's 21-0, BC out in front, but Warner Robbins is driving. They've got a 1st and 25, though, from the BC 35-yard line. 37 seconds to go here before the half.
Like the timeout call there, Kevin. They obviously had the touchdown, but the flag. But can everyone calm down a little bit? Like you said, Warner Robbins was using some tempo to their advantage. Get your feet back under you. Go back and play some defense.
Here's Williams on a straight drop, trying to step up in the pocket, going to let it fly to the end zone again. Has a man caught and touchdown. He was popped by Mekhi Williams and a BC man that stays down. And I believe that was Dinkins with the touchdown reception for Warner Robbins. And can't see who that is down on the far sideline for BC.
Yeah, and you hope that, obviously never want to speculate, but he's landed on top of it.
I think that was the way they tackled, yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of
got the air knocked out
of you a little bit, so hope that. But, yeah, sadly, I mean, you're able to see what the Warner Robbins athletes are able to do when the ball's put on the money and go out and just make a play. And at the end of the day, that was a really solid catch there, going up, battled by 2 defenders in the end zone, and Demons able to come down with it.
Just counting numbers out there, I believe it may be Zach Maxwell down on the far sideline for BC. And I think, like you said, the way they came down, I just got the wind knocked out of him. They're kind of, well, it looks like they're talking to him over there. They got him sitting up. And I think maybe that's what it was.
And I certainly hope so. I don't see any limping or anything like that just yet. So hopefully just that, and we'll see him maybe back out there later tonight. But yeah, anytime you go up and challenge for those high point footballs, it's tough to come down on your back, let alone with someone else on top of you in that midsection.
So Warner Robbins on the board. It's 21-6, point after upcoming. And the Cadets will get the ball back with 30 seconds left. And again, they will get the ball back to start the second half. And now the point after is up, and it is good. 21-7, Warner Robbins on the board. 30 seconds to go here before the half. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back here to Warner Robbins. 21-7 our score. 30 seconds to go here before the half. Will Shepard will kick it off here for the Demons. And depending on the result of this, I believe the Cadets are going to take a knee and go to the locker room up 2 scores. They're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yep. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Bittersweet into the half a little bit if that's what happens, Kevin. But, hey, 14-point lead heading into the half.
Oh, they pooch kick it up. It's going to be caught. This is Jack Gannum spinning across the 35 to the 36. And let's see what BC does here with 27 seconds. Again, you still got a lot of time. I think only one timeout. And it's one of those where if you kicked it deep and you got it inside the 20, I think if you got maybe 7 to 8 more yards, you would say, could we get 20 yards in 30 seconds and try a field goal? But they're going to take a knee here and take it to the locker room.
Absolutely. Don't blame them at all here. Like you said, I mean, if you get a huge kickoff return there, maybe something. But at the end of the day, big start to the game. You get up 21. Yeah, Warner Robbins answers there late. But, hey, you got a 14-point lead coming in the half. You get the ball back after halftime. There's some obviously some things to fix for sure. Some self-inflicted wounds hopefully not see much of there in the second half. But, hey, man, 21-7 going into halftime to get the ball. I think that's a pretty solid half of football for the Cadets.
Yeah, a lot to talk about here on the Bernard Williams Insurance halftime report, as we'll have that for you when we come back. We are now officially at the half as both teams head into the locker room. It's 21-7, BC out in front, and this is WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Benedictine alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com.
Have I prepared enough? There'll be unexpected turns. When things get tough, I need to stick to the game plan. No regrets. I'm ready. Are you? Get ready. Contact Abel's Iron-On Moore & Associates today and see why they are different. Because nobody ever wishes they'd saved less for retirement.
Welcome back here to the Bernard Williams halftime report. Score: Benedictine 21 and Warner Robbins 7 as BC got out to a 21-0 lead. They had an 11-second drive there. Stephen Cannon to Josh Washington, kind of one of the highlight touchdowns of the first half. And then Warner Robbins comes right back down the field, PJ, in a late quarter situation. We saw tempo. They hit a big play. Again, it got called on pass interference. They come right back to basically that same play, going up the right side there to the wide receiver, Rashawn Deakins, for the touchdown. They get on the board late. That was a big momentum boost, I think, for the Demons. And now BC takes a knee. They go to the locker room, a chance to regroup and come out and reestablish something offensively coming out in the second half.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that, there's a possibility that could be big for Warner Robbins there to build that momentum going into halftime. Like I said, a little bittersweet to end the half there for Benedictine. But, yeah, I think an incredibly solid half there for the Cadets on both sides of the ball. Really not a lot of success doing much on the offensive side of the football for Warner Robbins in that first half. Yeah, you had some chunk plays here and there. The first drive, you had some big quarterback runs, but some penalties and some big plays by the BC defense shored that up and forced them into a punt. Again, you have that BC defense kind of bending but not breaking as Warner Robbins first broke into BC territory, and you're able to shore things up and stop them on 4th and 4 with that middle run. I think the one thing that maybe has the radars up there for the BC defense here at halftime is, that tempo they were using there on the last couple drives, but also going up that right side, being able to show what they can do, the Demons can, when they're able to connect on those passes. You saw a lot of those in the first half that were just kind of out of sync, whether they be low or high. There was a lot of them that BC defenders made some great plays on, being able to tip the ball and deflect them away from Demons wide receivers. But if they're able to get that connection going, if they're able to build that chemistry, the secondary certainly got to shore it up there on the BC back end here in the second half. But, of course, you got to be able to do that, and BC's pressure up front has been huge tonight as well. I think when you go quick and you're trying to get the ball out of your hands quickly, like Warner Robbins kind of went to there late, it obviously stagnates that pass rush a little bit. But something we saw for a lot of the first half was BC not only shoring up the middle defensively with the middle run plays, but also being able to get after that quarterback when he dropped back to pass for a long time. I'd love to see him get back to that and have some more time to do that here in the second half.
And again, I think you talk about a game of adjustments. BC came out running the football very well as the half went on. Warner Robbins kind of shut that down. You did not see a much push up front, trying to power run in the middle with Stanley Smart. It was mostly stuff trying to get to the edge for BC. And I think, as you said on the flip-flop, Warner Robbins went tempo, and that really paid off for him. And you started to see BC, they made the adjustment, slowing down Warner Robbins in the run. Warner Robbins on that last drive, really the drive before that, I thought they started to show some of that when they went to tempo, and it really showed on that last drive. Some tempo because of the time, but I think they found that drive before, hey, tempo, we kind of got them lining up late, guessing a little bit, and it really paid off for them. So to me, it's been a game of adjustments back and forth for both of these teams. The running game, I thought as the half went on, went away for both teams in terms of what you could really rely on, and then at the end, tempo for Warner Robbins kind of opened some things back up. And BC, I think offensively, you're left saying, did we get a little stagnant there? What can we go back to that'll work? As the passing game kind of got locked down a little bit. Well, some missed throws, but, late that last drive or so, it was all Stephen Cannon or flaring it out. Your power run game was non-existent.
Yeah, the run. You're right about the run game kind of slowing down for both teams as the game went on. And you talk about, those are just in-game adjustments as well. This is the biggest time for adjustments right here that we're going to see. And we got two coaches who, can take what they see in the first half of football games and make some big changes and really shore some things up at halftime. So I'm really excited. What are those next adjustments? What are they going to be? In this big region matchup, you got a game of chess going on while you're playing football. So would love to see, can't wait to see what those adjustments are going to be here for the second half. But yeah, I've been impressed with that running game for BC kind of broke down a little bit. Cannon able to use that athleticism a little bit in the passing game and opened up that last touchdown, which was fantastic by him, but also stretching the field horizontally. not only vertically but horizontally for this BC offense, also for the second touchdown. So, maybe we get back, maybe we see some of that, maybe a little bit more where, we saw Warner Robbins stretching the field horizontally, a lot of kind of bubble screens, quick pop passes there to start the game. And we see BC go to it and have a huge touchdown run off of it. So, yeah, love this game of chess, love this game of adjustments. But, of course, this is where you're going to see most of it here with this 20-minute halftime break. And I can't wait to see what these coaches cook up.
Yeah, very important, I think, first possession for both teams coming up out of the locker room as, if BC can go down and put points on the board, kind of establish it again here in the second half. However, Warner Robbins comes out and gets a stop early. It could become a ball game very quickly here as we get the second half underway. We're coming right back. We're at the half. The Bernard-Williams halftime report rolls right on. This is WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard-Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Walker Jones is your automotive superstore on Memorial Drive in Waycross. All the best brands: Chevy, Cadillac, GMC, Toyota, Nissan, and Honda, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Plus our pre-owned supercenter. And we're the home of the lifetime warranty. Come let us treat you like friends and good neighbors should.
Hey, I'm Mike Cuneo, General Manager at Walker Jones. We've got it all. Why shop anywhere else?
Online at walkerjones.com.
Walker Jones.
Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back here at the half. Bernard-Williams halftime report. Cadets lead at 21-7 over Warner Robbins as we are here in region play. The first week of region play, as a lot of it was supposed to be last week. Obviously, Hurricane Helene had a lot to do with that, and cancellations, reschedules, a mess. Obviously, that was the last of anybody's worries coming in to the last week or so as you go all across South Georgia. There's still folks without power, and folks across South Georgia who are hearing, hey, it's going to be a couple of weeks. I've heard folks in Augusta say they were told 3 weeks, without power due to some of this. Folks in Tennessee and North Carolina, just what a mess. But athletically, they had some stuff to figure out as well. And so you look at BC's schedule and everybody's schedule. The GHSA, PJ, added another week to the season. And so if you say, what do you mean? Well, basically all the playoffs just got pushed back a whole nother week into the season. And they added another week for folks to get all these games rescheduled and made up. I think for teams like BC, potentially on the surface, their whole region was going to have the last week of the regular season off. I think it was a region thing. So Warner Robbins, Perry, all of them would have had the last week. I believe that was the way it was going to be set up for everybody to have that last week off. That's now been pushed another week. You had Savannah Public Schools, no school this week. BC was in session since Wednesday, but Savannah Public Schools weren't in session this week, and also put down a kind of statement that no school this week, no sports this week. So Ware, who was in a pretty hard-hit area, was supposed to play New Hampstead. Well, that didn't happen. So now you've got 2 games you've got to make up, and so they utilized the extra week. Well, scheduling situations where New Hampstead were supposed to play the last week, somehow that wasn't going to work. BC and Ware are now going to play next week, and New Hampstead and Ware will play later, and then BC and New Hampstead will play the last week of the season rather than just put if Jack Holland is down here somewhere. It's like 100 miles to get back up here, but he explained this all beautifully earlier that New Hampstead Ware basically had a scheduling problem and it couldn't work. So they flip-flop the games. New Hampstead and BC will be at the end of the season, and Ware will play BC next week to make it all work. Everybody else gets shifted back a week into the schedule for BC. So if you're thinking they weren't supposed to play Ware next week, well, they're playing Ware now next week. Yeah. So region schedules have all gotten kind of messed up here thanks to Hurricane Helene. But basically, if you just look at it this way, everybody on the schedule for BC just got pushed back a week. Ware slides in. It will not be in Waycross. It will be in Savannah next week, and we'll be there with WatchBCSports.com. But it will be Ware County next week at Memorial Stadium in Savannah, not Memorial Stadium in Waycross, and everybody else slides back a week into the schedule. I don't know what that means for next year because that was going to be Ware's home game. Anyways, that's the situation. Yeah. PJ, it'll be the Gators and the Cadets in Savannah next Friday night.
And to make it even more confusing with the 2 Memorial Stadiums.
That's correct. Yes.
In Savannah next week. Yeah. But no, Jack Holland obviously does a great job. He's got that stuff locked tight in his lockbox between his ears. And did a great job explaining that earlier. But no, I mean, I think the great thing for the Cadets is, yes, all that changing, all that going around and you know, obviously the GHSA, everyone else having to figure out those schedules and make everything work has been absolutely crazy. Yeah, fingers crossed, right? We do live in Southeast Georgia. It is still the fall. It's October. You know, we've seen things happen, right? Fingers crossed. You got all that stuff behind you, and you can play half of football tonight and then go in and play the rest of the season. How now it is set up, supposed to be played. So hopefully no more of these 2-3 week breaks or anything like that, or, 5 weeks with only playing one game or canceled trips to wherever, just you're able to go out there and play some football from here on out. Now, again, fingers crossed, hopefully please Southeast and the rest of Georgia and any other storms that might be brewing, calm down and let us play some football. But yeah, hopefully you have that and you're able to get this, finish off the rest of this game, have some nice rest throughout the weekend, and boom, get back to kind of some normal weeks of school and football, right, and preparing for games on Friday and Thursday nights. And that's what you hope for, right? At the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to get back to some normalcy. And I know there's a lot of people that aren't in the stadium tonight that would love to get back to some normalcy as well. And we're obviously hoping for that for you guys all across the Southeast. But for these guys playing some high school football, hopefully able to get back to some normalcy after tonight as well.
Absolutely. And again, region play opened up tonight with BC and Warner Robbins. So a big one for both of these teams, as both of these teams obviously region contenders and both expecting to make a good run into the state playoffs. I think Perry has shown that they're very, very good as well. So not a lot of off weeks in this region right now. As we mentioned, Wayne, has been the one team that's kind of been down, and they just seeing how their seasons play out may not win a game, not because they're not a decent football team, but they're just playing a buzzsaw of a schedule. I mean, New Hampstead, you watch them week in and week out in this schedule. They're putting up points. Defensively, they got a long ways to go. They're putting up points, though. Rashawn Truell threw for 630 yards against Perry last week, set a state record for passing yards in a football game, and they may not make the playoffs. So It's a strange region to be a part of, but it's good football each and every Friday night. We're at the half. BC up 21-7 over Warner Robbins. Bernard Williams halftime report rolls on right after this here on WatchBCSports.com.
Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Looking for authentic, traditional Southern cuisine for your next special event, reunion, wedding, or celebration in Savannah? For over 45 years, Barnes Restaurant is the most experienced, trusted caterer in all of Savannah. Rooms 50 to 5,000. No event too big or small. Barnes does it all. Online at barnesrestaurant.com.
Welcome back here at the half. The Bernard Williams halftime report here from Warner Robbins. Cadets leading it 21-7. You got the specialists back out there. Looks like the Cadets are emerging from the locker room. But quick thought here before we wind down the half. PJ Zuko. Obviously, if you're BC, you're going to get the football. How important is this first drive to kind of get the momentum back offensively? Because I feel like Warner Robbins, even though, again, they're still down, mostly was bottled up. And that last drive really hit you deep and was able to get some momentum headed back their way.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw Kevin early in this ball game. I think BC able to run the football really well and able to kind of churn out some yards before, a few flags here and there. But really, those first couple drives, able to run the football real well. That's what I'd really like to see. We talked about setting the tone defensively early in the ball game. You got to set the tone offensively now. And I don't know if you need a touchdown in the first play or anything like that. But more than anything else, Warner Robbins, after that touchdown, the last time they touched the ball, wants to come out and 3-and-out you so they can get the ball right in the hands of their offense. You can't let them do that. So no matter what, definitely need plenty of positive yardage on this first drive. I'd love to see that through the running game, really able to maybe eat some of that clock as well. But no matter what, you got to have a positive drive here, set the tone, possibly get some points as well, whether that be a field goal or a touchdown, but something to put Warner Robbins back on the back burner where they were most of the first half and not give them any more reason to gain any momentum coming into the second half.
Certainly both teams returning from the locker room and going through their stretches here as they get ready for the second half. We will step aside and have the second half kickoff for you when we come back as well. BC leading at 21-7 here over Warner Robbins. This has been the Bernard Williams Insurance Halftime Report. We're coming right back for second half football here on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
Have I prepared enough? There'll be unexpected turns. When things get tough, I need to stick to the game plan. No regrets. I'm ready. Are you? Get ready. Contact Abel's Iron-On Moore & Associates today and see why they are different. Because nobody ever wishes they'd saved less for retirement.
At Benedictine alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com. Tradition, honor, a culture of excellence. This is Benedictine Cadets football, built by helpful Rincon Ace Hardware, your locally owned and operated Ace Hardware. Tonight, Live from McConnell Talbert Stadium in Warner Robins, Georgia, your Benedictine Cadets take on the Demons of Warner Robins. Now here's your hosts, Kevin Thomas and Christian Gokel.
Welcome back here to Warner Robins as we get ready to start the third quarter. The Cadets leading it 21-7 over Warner Robins. They will get the ball first. I'm Kevin Thomas. Alongside me tonight is PJ Zuko, filling in for Christian Gokel, who is off in lands exotic for the weekend, apparently.
Yeah.
He told me, he said, hey, I got to miss the Warner Robins game. I'm going to be in the islands. I was like, what? So here we are, and he's in tropical paradise. And he'll be back next week. So if you're watching, Christian, hope you have a coconut drink in your hand and
yes,
you're enjoying the football game tonight.
I have found them quite enjoyable. And I just want to say mahalo and aloha, good buddy. And I hope you're doing well. But no, it's obviously a great time out there. But yeah, no, happy to be here in Warner Robins with you, man. And it's been a little while, so happy to be back into it. But just like these teams, had a little hiccups there to begin with. But, hey, got my feet under me, and now we're ready to go. I'm looking forward to this chess match, man. We got all those seat pieces set back up, 21-7. Two incredibly gifted coaches on the sideline, and, of course, their staffs as well. And the players are just doing incredible jobs tonight. Now, how do these chess moves – what do these adjustments look like coming in the second half? I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I think who wins the adjustment battle definitely going to come into play here as we get rolling in the second half. It will be BC's ball to start. We are Cadet Football, built by Rincon Ace Hardware here on WatchBCSports.com. So thanks to Rincon Ace Hardware for helping us bring you the ball game here on this beautiful Friday night. I can't tell if it's cool outside or if it's the balmy 62 degrees blowing right at my back. It's the air conditioner up here. Should have worn that long sleever up here in the press box you were telling me about. But here we go. Second half, it will be Will Shepard to kick it off. Two deep safeties here for BC. Looks like Stanley Smart and Bubba Frazier back deep for BC. They pooched it to end the half. Let's see. They go back to no, they're going to line drive it. It's going to hit. We got a flag thrown.
Called off.
And we'll do it again. So somebody jumped off sides for Warner Robins. A little eager rather to get down the field. So we'll re-kick it 5 yards farther back. That ball skipped and scooted through the end zone. So BC would have taken that one on the 20. And let's see what we get out of Warner Robins here on this one. First time these teams have met since 1979. I don't remember what the score of that one was, PJ. I wasn't cognizant of what was going on. I was here, but I was not here.
I was going to say I certainly wasn't here, but man, I don't know. I didn't know if you were starting to get gray hairs then or not.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Here's the kick to Frazier. Comes down at the 10. Bubble bring it across to 20. 25. Kick to the right across the 30. 35. A little stutter step flag comes in. I think BC is going to lose a few yards on this one. And so back it up to, if it's from the spot of the flag there, probably the BC 27. And let's see what happens here on this first drive for the Cadets. But first, the mark off. And they're going to move the flag up to the 40. So if it's from there, still okay field position for BC. It'll push it back to the 30. Maybe the 31, given where that football was set down.
Well, we're a little bit of an audible in the mark off there as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it still not 10? There we go. It's at the 30-yard line. It's like I really didn't think this would be that difficult. But, so 1st and 10 for BC from their own 30 to start the second half. Cadets lead at 21-7. Here's Cannon on first down. Little flare pass caught. JoJo Sutton. He'll not get out of the tackle there on the edge. Tackle made by number 21, Davion Lattimore. And Cadets start out behind the sticks. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
That's a tough one. That's an impressive open field tackle there. Sutton's able to shake that off. He's still running probably.
So back to the flex bone look goes BC. They'll run straight ahead. This is Smart, 35-40, 45-50. There goes Stanley Smart. He's not going to be caught, and he's going all the way for a touchdown. Stanley Smart, just a straight ahead give, and he goes 71 yards on the ground for a BC touchdown. They lead it 27-7.
That's the beauty of this offense, right? Especially when you talk about the formations they use and the different things they do. Hit them over the top, go next. And man, what a solid play that was. Again, Sutton able to get on the outside there and stopped short there on first down, but BC able to respond right back with a punch up the gut that goes into the end zone for 6.
And here's the point after for Ferguson. It is right through there and good. 28-7. What an answer coming out of the locker room for BC. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Stanley Smart goes 71 yards. A 2-play drive to start the second half, and BC extends that lead 28-7 here over Warner Robbins. And he broke to that second level, PJ, and it was off to the races.
Absolutely. That was impressive. I'll say normally, you have those some big guys going up in the gut, and, maybe they're able to get to the second level, but that's it. But, man, he was able to get to that second level, and you saw the breaking speed come out for the last 40 or 50 yards that he was going. Absolutely no one catching him. And, man, we talked about an answer on that first drive. Boom, there it is by Benedictine, back up by 21 points.
And, again, Stanley Smart's got that track speed. And here's the kick from Ferguson. That's going to reach the end zone and a touchback. And that's where Warner Robbins will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. But they talked about Smart pre-season. They said, look, he's a guy, 4-100 guy on a track team. They really felt like he's a bigger guy, too, that runs one of those. Got him listed at 187, but probably a little closer to 200 pounds. And he busted through, and really you saw the track speed there once he got through that second level. Here's 1st and 10 for Warner Robbins. This is going to be Skylar Williams with trips out there to the left. Here's the snap. He will hold on to it, keeping himself off that left side, and breaks away from a tackle from Micaiah Williams. Coming up from the safety spot, I believe, Wyatt Estabrook for that tackle. And a gain of 8 on first down for Warner Robbins, and they go tempo here, PJ, right out of the chute.
Found some success with the last 2 drives of the first half. Obviously, trying to go back right to it here.
And he'll keep it again. And he'll bust outside, get a block, and get tripped up behind the 34. Now he's going to get a second effort up to the 35. That'll be a first down, a 7-yard gain. And Williams wanted a face mask. Let's see if they make him come out of the ballgame. His helmet is off. But a flag down across the way. 2 flags down across the way. And away from where that play ended up.
We got a yellow flag and a pink flag. Are they 2 different yardages? Or,
it might be on the same play. Let's see. But it was away from the play, backside.
Yeah.
Holding against Warner Robbins.
Okay.
Holding against BC. They're going to offset. Were they holding each other?
That's a good possibility. I'm not sure.
So offsetting penalties will redo the down. It'll be 2nd down and short for Warner Robbins.
I don't know if they were trying to. We saw the Cupid shuffle down there when he was trying to set the ball, and then I don't know if he was trying to do another dance move there. But
yeah, it was on the far back side of the play there. So 2 holding penalties that had absolutely nothing to do with what transpired on that last play. So 2nd down and 2 here for Warner Robbins. 10:38 to go here in the third. Demons first possession here of the second half. Skylar Williams, he'll take the snap, and he will ride the belly, give it ahead this time, and brought down. But he'll have the first down. Tackle made. It was at Colby Brennan from his linebacker spot. That was clearly enough for it. Now they moved the chains. I was going to say, I don't know why they were waiting. It was clearly a first down. And now Warner Robbins has a drive going. Here's the snap. A give straight ahead again, and a lot of room. And coming up from the safety spot, Mekhi Williams making the tackle, but not before a gain of 8 by the running back, Davion Lattimore. And hurry up offense for the Demons. They'll go to Lattimore again. BC reads it well. 3rd Scroggins in there to make the initial hit. JoJo Sutton there to help clean it up, and he will not have the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Kind of taking that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, maybe a little too literally there. If you go back to the well one too many times, this BC defense, especially inside, they're going to make you pay.
So 3rd down and 2. Big play here early for Warner Robbins in the 3rd to try to continue their drive. BC trying to get a stop. And here is the give. This is going to be Lattimore off the left side. He'll have the first down. Lowers the boom at the 45. JoJo Sutton there to make the tackle along with Wyatt Estabrook. And tonight, Wyatt Estabrook's had to be involved in a lot of tackles. And as your safety, not necessarily what you want to do. Here's Williams trying to set up a wall, and he will get maybe a yard. Grabbed from behind by Colby Brennan. Held up until Mekhi Williams and others could get there and bring him down. Give Williams a lot of credit here, PJ. One thing you like, they do that read option. He rides the belly a long time before he gives or pulls the ball out.
That has been impressive. He's not going too quick or too jumpy with his decisions. He's reading that defensive end as much as he can before he ends up pulling or giving. And it's to his credit, it's given them a lot of success on those type of plays. 2nd and long. Williams set to throw.
Flushed out of the pocket here near side. Winds it up. Going to let it go. Had a man wide open, and I do mean wide open. Looks like that was Dinkins who got behind everybody. And if he catches that, he could have walked into the end zone from the last 20 yards.
That's tough. I mean, not every time they've looked downfield, but there's been some passes like that tonight where there's some people open, but just haven't been able to make those connections.
You got to respect that run, and I think it sucked all the defenders up on Williams. Here's Williams. He'll throw. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Who was it? That was number 24. John Lilly got his mitts up and knocked the ball down. It'll be 4th down and 10. And it looks like Warner Robbins is going to punt the football here with 8:35 to go.
I think that's got to be the 4th or 5th ball we've seen deflected kind of somewhat in that fashion tonight, Kevin. And great job by these defensive linemen, linebackers, just everyone for BC able to get their hands up when they see the ball anywhere near them, able to knock that thing away.
Bubba Frazier, Josh Washington back deep here for BC. Shepard to punt this football. And he gets it away, almost got to it. It hangs up high. Fair catch called for. Get away from it. It's going to take a roll. And did they touch it at the 1? It went into the end zone. Tried to grab it at the goal line and just couldn't hang on. So BC, boy, a dangerous punt there.
Yeah.
Tried to get everybody away from it. And then Warner Robbins almost downed it at the half-inch line. But BC going to get it out at the 20 here. Drive number 2 in the 3rd quarter. 8:24 to go here in this one. This is Cadets football built by Rincon Ace Hardware tonight up here in Warner Robbins. And the Cadets building a nice lead up 28-7. Another big drive here in the 3rd quarter. I think this is the type of the ball game you like to burn 5-6 minutes, whatever happens on a drive. Even if you punt it back, burn some of that clock up, limit possessions.
You see right into that option offense look.
And this is Jack Ganem here coming near side across the 20 out to the 25. Made a nice cut back, but was brought down. Tackled by I believe, number 10 for Warner Robbins. That's going to be Jordan Powell. And let's 8:02 to go here in the third. BC going to stay in the flex bone look. They'll put Bubba Frazier in motion. They'll go straight ahead with Stanley Smart across the 30, and he'll have the first down by about a fourth of a yard. Move the chains. That's a BC Brothers moving the chains. First down, and the Cadets. Again, this is just power run formation here, coming straight downhill at you.
Absolutely, and they've been having success with the run game, right? So it's not completely, bringing everything in, but hey, tick, 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 like Chris Berman would say, eating into some of that clock here as well with this 21-point lead.
They'll stay tight in that flex look, just one wide receiver, and they'll come back. No, they'll play action. Cannon got a man wide open. It's Bubba Frazier caught at the 45. He's at the 40, 35, and drugged down from behind at the Demon 33-yard line. Tackle made by Jordan Powell, and PJ, if Cannon puts just a little more air under that, Bubba's still running.
Yep. But hey, got it in this vicinity enough for him to catch it. And hey, man, that's we've seen it again. Just run the ball, boom, hit him over the top. It was for a touchdown earlier in the game. That time it could have been, but hey, huge game in the plus territory now, and huge play for these Cadets.
So it'll be 1st and 10 here for BC. They'll drop back in the gun, trips up top. And Cannon takes the snap. He'll give it straight ahead. Smart spins out of a tackle. He'll get maybe a half yard before he's shoved back. That second wave of Demon pursuit bringing him down. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock rolling at 6:39 to go here in the third. And now in plus territory. Maybe 5-6 more yards. You feel like you're at least in a field goal situation for Connor Ferguson. He's got the leg. His accuracy, obviously, from this far back, it's been a little shaky at times, but got the leg. Here's the snap. Ahead, that's going to be JoJo Sutton off the left side this time. Gets down towards the 30. He'll bring up 3rd down in about 6, maybe 5 yards. They move him up to now they adjust the stick. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Clock continues to roll. And they'll leave JoJo Sutton in there at running back. Here on a big 3rd down. Here's the snap to Cannon. Inside give. Sutton, he'll go straight ahead, and he has stood up. Nice tackle. Who was that at the bottom of the pile? That's going to be number 33, Devarius Jackson, and he got low and grabbed the ankle of JoJo Sutton, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And it looks like they're going to try the field goal here. This would be a 47-yarder off the near hash, off the left hash for Connor Ferguson. No real wind to speak of here at the moment. And let's see if Ferguson can tack some more on. From 47 yards, snap dug out. The kick is up. It's got the distance, but looks like it is pushed to the right. No good. So had the leg. I think the snap was a little low. It was dug out there by Robert Leonard and just pushed it to the right.
Yeah, it's a tough one there. Felt good about the run game there too as well on 3rd and 5, and obviously able to get a couple more yards there, maybe help him out a little bit, but hey.
4:59 to go here in the third. And that's one thing that Danny Britt has talked about in high school football. As long as it can get to the end zone, if you try a long field goal, ball comes back to the 20, not the spot of the kick. So sometimes worth the risk, especially if you believe in your defense. And so that's why Warner Robbins gets it 1st and 10 on the 20. Here is Williams. He will pull it, keep it himself. That time nicely read by Jaden Houston. Excuse me. That's Galen Houston's defensive coordinator. His son getting in there at middle linebacker. We've seen him get quite a few snaps here tonight.
Making some plays this evening. 4 or 5 yard gain there for Warner Robbins. And we've seen some solid gains until it gets about to a 45, 50 yard line. And then the BC defense really shores up. See if they can do the same thing here.
2nd down and 5. Clock rolls at 4:20 to go here in the third. Williams going to keep it, run straight ahead, and he is met straight up in the hole. Larson Little bringing him down. And third Scroggins in there as well. It'll bring up 3rd down and very short. 3rd and 1 officially. They need the 30-yard line. Clock rolls inside 4 minutes. Here's Williams out of a shotgun. BC going to crash down on the give, and they are all over that. Boy, L.J. Cooper just pushed his man right back, and Cam Cody followed right along, and they won every battle on the interior of that defensive front that time, PJ, and it's going to be 4th down.
That time, and I'll tell you, Kevin, that kind of developing theme throughout the course of this night is when Warner Robbins is able to kind of make you guess offensively, right? Spread you out and see if they're going to run inside, outside, maybe whip it out to somebody or throw downfield. Obviously, BC has maybe been a little bit more shaky and given up a little bit more positive plays defensively. But when it comes to, okay, we need short yardage situations or we have to run it in between the teeth of that defense, BC has been huge in making some huge stops this evening from that defensive line and linebacker spot.
Here's Bubba Frazier on the return, going to get out to the 44. Thanks to the chat. Apparently, we got somebody that actually knew the answer of the ball game from back in 1979, 31-6. Warner Robbins won that one, and had Connor Ferguson hit that field goal, we'd been 31-7. So a very similar score.
Maybe we have a chance to get.
I know I'm old. I will say I was 1 year old, and about 1.5 in 1979 when they played.
There you go.
Don't remember who was on those teams. You'd have said, "Hey," I would probably have said, "Gaga goo goo, time for some food."
There you go.
At 1 year old. Here we go. Inside 3 minutes in the third, and straight ahead, and for Warner Robbins, they've been all over that the last couple of gives. That was going to be Isaiah Gibson crashing down and making the stop on Stanley Smart. I don't know if Smart's hobbling or if he ran out of shoe. He's going to be hobbling off. JoJo Sutton is going to have to come in the ball game.
That's tough. The last couple of plays he's been in has been
maybe a
kind of got banged up in the midsection last drive, and now, maybe a cramp there.
So now what do we have? Somebody called timeout. Warner Robbins was not lined up correctly. They're going to take a timeout here with 2:17 to go in the third quarter. We're coming right back. This is Watch BC Sports and cadet football, built by Rincon Ace Hardware.
Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
Welcome back here to Warner Robbins. 2:17 to go here in the third quarter. Cadets leading at 28-7. And again, the opening game of region play. Cadets trying to improve to 3-2 overall. After an opening loss to Rabun Gap, here's a pump fake by Cannon. He's going to step up, and he's going to try to get away and not get away. Sacked back at the 31-yard line. Brought down by number 8, Kadrick Edwards. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 17 for BC. Clock rolls inside 2 minutes. Here in the third. Empty set here for. Now going to check back here to the near side. .13 on the play clock. And they'll put Mallard in motion. Here's the snap. They'll fling it out. I think somebody who was that was Gibson bothering that one. And batted down. They were just trying to get it to Mallard that time and let that speed work.
Yeah.
And, hey, you give the star player a star effort. He went up and got it and totally disrupted that play. And BC going to have to punt. So Connor Ferguson to punt once more.
And just sometimes the other athletes just make some big plays, right? And that's one of those on his part and able to get back there and disrupt.
Nice high hanging punt for Ferguson. Going to be fair. Caught at the 27-yard line. And that's where Warner Robbins will take over 1st and 10 with 1:21 to go here in the third. Again, 2 back-to-back losses to start the season for BC. Lost to Rabun Gap in that game played in the Irk Russell Classic at Georgia Southern, then went up to Buford and lost a heartbreaker there in the last minute of the ball game as Buford goes for 2 and ends up winning the game by 1 point. Then you come back and get back on the winning Burke County. You beat Westminster, and you're sitting at 2 here on the season. A chance to go to 3-2. More importantly, 1-0 on region play. If you can win, no, that was a fault.
Just a little too much. Little too much there to start that one.
Well, he actually fell backwards. He went down on a knee. I was like, flag came in a little. So it'll be 1st and 15 here for Warner Robbins. And again, 1-0 in region play would be the most important number. Here's the snap. And what do we have again? Another flag came in and another false start on Warner Robbins. So the Demons backing it up, and it'll be 1st and 20. So a couple of unforced errors helping out this BC defense.
Might be sick of it at home, but hey, we talked about it a lot in the pregame. We talked about it a lot in the first half. There's just self-inflicted wounds for both teams, and Warner Robbins having a lot of them right now.
Williams going to step up in the pocket and break out of a tackle. And 1st and 20, he's going to have the first down and driven out of bounds by number 17, Isaiah Jones. And a flag going to come in on top of that for a late hit out of bounds. So you give up the 1st and 20 on a 27-yard run, and then you're going to tack another 15 on top of that.
Yeah, it's tough. I think, you have him wrapped up there going out of bounds, and it's one of those things where it kind of spins him down to the ground there on the sideline. It's tough to hear while you're tackling someone, right? But, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, late hit there, and that's some big yardage for Warner Robbins. And if you're going to have self-inflicted wounds, you better come back with something big. And Williams was able to make a huge play out of that one.
And that went from the Warner Robbins 18-yard line all the way out post-penalty to the BC 45. So here is Williams. BC still trying to get set up defensively. He'll throw it in the slot. His receiver wasn't turned around. Third Scroggins was barreling down. But that time, Isaiah Jones was not set. He was trying to get out there in the flat. And they threw right where he was supposed to be. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I would say for BC, the receiver never got turned around and the throw was short.
You said, as you mentioned, trying to go speed, trying to go quick, trying to catch people off guard. But sadly, sometimes you catch your own wide receivers off guard.
So 2nd down and 10 here for Warner Robbins in BC territory. Here's the snap to Williams. He'll look and throw over the middle and dropped. His receivers have not helped him out tonight in any stretch of the situation. That was Nicholas Linder who dropped it. You had the big catch by Rashawn Dinkins, and you go back and look at several times you've had Demons running wide open and have not hauled the ball in.
Yeah, it's been a tough aspect for tonight if you're a Demons fan. There's no doubt about that.
So BC gets very fortunate last couple of plays, had a guy not set, and then that time had a man running wide open on the slant and dropped the football. So a 3rd and 10 here for the Cadets defense. And let's see if they come after Skylar Williams or if they try to just play contain and play defense. Here's the snap to Williams. They'll flare it out in the flat. It's going to be caught and coming over and at the 40-yard line and knocked out of bounds by Makai Williams. That'll be a first down. It goes right back to Nicholas Linder, and that'll be enough for a first down. And again, that's what team speed will do for you in these situations. Just a little flare pass, and he was able to take it 12, 13 yards for the first down. Williams with the snap as they go tempo again. Steps up in the pocket. Third Scroggins going to bring him down. Third just threw those big arms out there and brought him down.
That's a great way to make sure that no one even has a chance to catch a football, right? Big pressure there by that BC defense.
So Scroggins with the sack. 35 seconds to go here in the quarter. They'll go empty backfield, second down and 11. And here's the snap to Williams. Looking here to the near side. Throwing, has a man, but overthrew him. Looking for Dinkins. He was hit as he threw. Who was that back there? That was, you guessed it, third Scroggins once again. L.J. Cooper getting back there as well. 21 seconds to go in the quarter. And this will be third down. Good Cadet crowd has made the trip up here to Warner Robins. We, of course, appreciate you watching along here with us on WatchBCSports.com. 21 seconds to go in the third. The snap. Williams going to get eaten up. Third Scroggins got there. He got away. And he's going to run off the left side to 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown, but a flag comes in. I think you're going to get a block in the back. Somebody got JoJo Sutton in the back. But, boy, Skylar Williams, the athleticism, PJ Zuko. Third Scroggins was all over him, and somehow he squirted out of there and darn near ran all the way for a touchdown.
Yeah, there was at one point you couldn't even see him. Well, yeah, just so many bodies around to be, able to one way or another shake that body off of him and squirt out to the left and have a big gain. Now,
the far side official, the line judge, just signaled touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. Are they going to wave? They're going to wave it off? Wow. Oof. So touchdown, Warner Robins. BC faithful not happy about that. And with 9 seconds in the third, Warner Robins trying to close this to within a 2-score game. And now the point after upcoming. And it is up and good. 28-14. Warner Robins has trimmed it to a 2-possession ball game. 9 seconds left to go in the quarter. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Danny Britt having a long discussion with the officials after that extra point. Pretty much spent our whole time out down there talking to the head official. I guess one explanation as to where the why the flag was waved off.
I would imagine so. I mean, that especially after kind of that long after the play, that lengthy of a conversation. I don't know. I was surprised to see that one waved off like that.
Going to be a pooch kick, going to hit in the middle of nowhere and picked up. This is Smart. They're going to say he called for the fair catch. Nobody called for a fair catch. BC saying not one person called for a fair catch, and now Danny Britt is going to go ballistic here.
Players basically saying either one, someone was pointing at where the ball was, or two, trying to shield their eyes from the lights. Either way, like you said, I don't think I saw a fair catch signal.
Yeah, they're going to give him the ball at the 20-yard line. Now they're going to back it up at the 16, and we'll figure out what we're going to do here. 7.6 to go here in the quarter. BC with the football and a 2-possession lead. They're going to go right back to the flex bone look. The give straight ahead. And maybe a yard. Did the ball come out? Now they're going to say forward progress. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Either way, 28-14. They're going to mark forward progress. It'll be 2nd and 8 when we return. Cadets lead as we'll walk to the other end. This is Cadets football built by Rincon Ace Hardware. on watchbcsports.com.
Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Walker Jones is your automotive superstore on Memorial Drive in Waycross. All the best brands: Chevy, Cadillac, GMC, Toyota, Nissan, and Honda, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, plus our pre-owned supercenter. And we're the home of the lifetime warranty. Come let us treat you like friends and good neighbors should.
Hey, I'm Mike Cuneo, General Manager at Walker Jones. We've got it all. Why shop anywhere else?
Online at walkerjones.com.
Walker Jones.
At Benedictine Alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com.
Welcome back here to Warner Robbins. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as we start the 4th quarter. Cadets lead at 28-14. Final 12 minutes in this region opener. Here's the counter give. This is going to be up across the 20. Upended there. That was Bubba Frazier on the carry. Jordan Powell with the tackle for Warner Robbins. Clock rolls. 11:39 to go. BC going to stay in that flex look on 3rd and 6. They need to get out to the 26 for a first down. Here's the give, end around. This is Bubba Frazier again. He'll have the first down, and the ball came out. And they're going to say it was on the ground. Right when Bubba came down, I guess he lost the football. And you saw the near side official say it was on the ground. It was down. Right. You saw him pointing at the turf, and they're going to motion first down. So a BC Brothers moving the chains. And they'll do so a little bit slowly as they try to regather their breath after that play.
Yeah, right, of course.
And move the first down.
Thankfully, we saw a upright and just committed ref decision there of saying, hey, it was on the ground after a little bit of a crazy situation. But, yeah, ground cannot cause a fumble. Good, sir.
So here's Cannon in a shotgun on first down. Fresh set of downs. They'll put Lilly over on the left side. And to give to Smart. Smart trying to turn the corner on the outside. He'll get out to the 30. Stanley turning the corner out to the 35, 36-yard line before he's upended. A nice gain on first down. Give him a gain of 8.5. Bring up 2nd and short with 11:03 and rolling here in this one.
He's been a warrior tonight. He's come out a couple times, kind of holding his rib at one point, kind of had a little bit of a cramp at one point. But, hey, right back in there. Big play there on first down for BC.
Back to the flex bone look. And somebody moved for BC. They're going to back it up. It's going to be 2nd down and about 7. And I think that time they might have been running the little toss sweep to Mallard, trying to get him to turn the corner. Let's see what they do here on now 2nd and 7. Again, if you can run the football effectively, still got the whole playbook open here. I think for BC, you just want to keep that clock moving, keep BC Brothers Moving Company in business, moving those chains.
Big time.
And here's the give. This is going to be Bubba Frazier. Got a seal block. Can he make a man miss trying to get the edge? He does. 35, 40, 45, 50. Still on his feet. 45, 40. Counts back on his feet. 30. What a run. 25, and he's brought down. What a run by Bubba Frazier. Tiptoeing the sideline, making men miss. And being slammed down at the 24-yard line. What a carry by Bubba Frazier.
Huge run by him. Great job being able to break tackles, but stay in bounds at the same time. And then love the cut back in as well. Kevin just breaking tackles left and right and trying to find that room into the end zone. But huge play out on the edge. Once again, you love to see it right in the middle, boom to the outside. Game-breaking speed down the sideline.
Here's Stephen Cannon now. He'll step out in the shotgun. They'll move the H back, and Mallard will be kind of a flanked receiver. Here's the give. This is coming near side, and it's a Smart 20-15 before he's brought down. Very very close to a first down at the 14. And let's see if they tell them to move the chains. They're going to say second short. So nope, they're going to move the chains. That's a BC Brothers moving the chains, first down. Originally, it looked like the near side official was holding up 2. Then they decided. So now BC in really good shape. No hurry. Going to let the clock roll. 15-14 on the play clock. Still plenty of time as the game clock down to 9:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. 5 on the play clock. I think BC is going to have to burn a timeout. And 9:10 to go here in the ball game. Cadets are going to burn a timeout. And we're coming right back. This is Watch BC Sports, built by Islands Ace Hardware.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook. Walker Jones is your automotive superstore on Memorial Drive in Waycross. All the best brands: Chevy, Cadillac, GMC, Toyota, Nissan, and Honda, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, plus our pre-owned supercenter. And we're the home of the lifetime warranty. Come let us treat you like friends and good neighbors should.
Hey, I'm Mike Cuneo, General Manager at Walker Jones. We've got it all. Why shop anywhere else?
Online at walkerjones.com.
Walker Jones.
Fine. Cadets called a timeout. Want to make sure they got the right package in here inside the red zone. A chance to put some more points on the board. With the snap. At the 10, still on his feet, brought down at the 4, and that'll be for C. Move the chains. This will be first and goal for the Cadets. They haven't marked it off yet. Yep, now they do. BC Brothers moving the chain first and here for Cadets. Michael Hogan has an extra tight end here. And now you've got first and goal. Cannon drops under center. They'll put Lilly in motion. Now they're going to give it to Smart here on the near side. He jumps over a man and gets to the. And again, clock continues to roll. 8:15 to go in the game. They're putting together a drive here. On what would be a huge answer office. They're going to let that play clock get in under 10 seconds.
Just dripping it on there, Kevin.
Out of the flex bone. Here's the give to Mallard. He'll crack it.
Find a little can of those offensive linemen and getting up there in the end. Just absolutely beautiful, like masterful drive there, Kevin. Eating time off the clock. Some big plays, some chunk plays in there. Two runs that the answer. 21 point, we saying like
point after is good. 35-14. Cadets the lead here in the fourth. This is Cadets football by Rincon Ace Hardware on BC.
Looking for authentic, traditional Southern cuisine for your next special?
Welcome back here to Warner Robbins. 4 to go. Fourth and 5. Answer. Extending that lead and 7 feet away from moving to 1-0 in region play. And a big one with Ware County next week, which will be in Savannah, not Wake Forest. Where here's the kick from Connor Ferguson. That'll be into the end zone, and now they're going to say he was still in play, fumbled it out, and BC going to let him get away. He's got a wall up the left sideline, and brought down. Hurricane Helene came through, and obviously Waycross, a lot of towns in South Georgia took a hard hit from Hurricane Helene. Waycross without power, even base power, 2-3 days. It's been a time for our Georgia teams and Wake getting back up. As for a lot of communities, and that game moved to next week for BC. Again, not more Waycross. Again, 14. Set up and brought down 4-5. That'll move the chains for Warner Robbins.
And here we go, back with that tempo here from Warner Robbins.
Here's the give. Nope. Quarterback going to keep it. It's Williams inside BC territory. He's going to drag a couple of defenders. A flag comes in from the far sideline. With 7:12 to go. Let's see what the call is. Again, our back is to the lead official, so we'll try to see what it is. They're communicating to each other here. Now he'll turn and give the call to the press box. Targeting on Benedictine. And so they'll march that off. And I think that was going to be on Mackay Williams. Mackay kind of came in there and lowered the head. And so they'll move it down to the BC 32-yard line. 7:12 to go here in the ball game. And here is Williams out of a pistol. He'll ride the belly, give it straight ahead. A big hole up off the right side. And that's going to go inside and in for a touchdown. I thought Mackay was going to get him. And into the end zone for a touchdown. What an answer by Warner Robbins. And we're right back where we started, a two-possession game.
We've been saying for the past, 45 minutes to an hour, a lot of answering by Benedictine to this Warner Robbins offense. And they've been able to do it punch for punch in the second half so far. But Warner Robbins, just like that, I was going to say, you have this tempo offense from Warner Robbins, but so much of it being run plays because you haven't really seen that consistent passing game. But obviously, when you do it that quick, aided by some penalties and a big kickoff return as well, obviously not a lot of time comes off the clock and right back within 14.
Yeah, hardly any time comes off the clock. 6:58 to go here, still in the ball game. It's 35-21, so you're right back where you started, and now the Cadets need another drive, and I think more importantly now with a two-possession lead, 3-4 minute drive right now, even if you don't score, would be huge just to burn some clock off. Right. And really limit Warner Robbins' ability to come back in a ball game. So a big possession here for BC upcoming. Got to be able to move the chains, you would think, a couple of times to feel good about it, about the possession. Right. Ultimately, you'd love to go get some points.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think you saw a masterful drive of that, their masterful time of that, their last drive by Benedictine, able to run it in so many different ways, right? And in so many different formations as well. That's what makes it so difficult to stop. And not only that, but that really quick drive by Warner Robbins. The defense has to go right back on the field here for them too. So maybe they're getting worn down a little bit to aid this rushing attack that is feeling good from the Cadets.
They're going to kick it deep over the Cadets' head. They were playing for the onside kick, going to be tracked down. This is Robert Leonard. Leonard going to come back across the 20 and slide down. So just get it back off the goal line. Cadets were playing for a pooch kick or onside kick there. And Leonard did his job, which is go get the football and get it away from the goal line and get down and don't fumble. So 1st and 10 right at the 21 for Benedictine with 6:52 to go. And again, a nice drive for the Cadets last time. Warner Robbins comes right back. And now it's on the Cadets to get it done again. Stephen Cannon's got an empty set. And they'll have 4 receivers here to the near side. 6:52 to go here in the ball game. Here's the snap to Cannon. Steven looks near side. Bubba Frazier on a little tunnel screen. Gets out close to the 29-yard line. And on first down, a nice play. Stays in bounds. Clock will roll at 6:42 to go. And now let's see if Cadets go tempo. And by tempo, I mean deliberate.
The opposite of most.
Yeah. Still 25-second play clock has not started. Now it goes. 6:23, so you can get this one down close to 6 minutes before the next snap of the football, and you got second and about 3. So every time you can pick up a first down, you're talking maybe another 2 minutes you can burn off the clock. Here's the snap to Cannon. They'll give it to Smart. Smart off the left side, cuts in, and will not get to the 30. And now it's going to bring up a very important 3rd down. Officially no gain. You need to get to the 32, so still 3rd down and 3. Clock rolls. Play clock at 30 seconds now, so you could get it down to about 5:15 when you snap this football.
Part of the beauty of high school football here, right? Now that 40-second play clock, just able to chunk every single second off of this clock.
But right now, if you're A.J. DePhillips, you need something that'll get you to the 32-yard line.
Right.
And you'll start to feel a little better about it. Warner Robbins may be close to having to use those remaining timeouts. Here's Lilly flipping the formation. And now what do we have? Danny Britt's going to call timeout, I think. Looked like he was dead ball. Delay a game on BC, so that hurts. You're 3rd and 3. Now you're 3rd and 7. Different play call here, and obviously different strategy here. You're back in your own area. If you just run the football, you're talking about well into 4.5 minutes before you have to punt the football. And, if you throw it incomplete, then you just stop the clock and lose those 40 seconds. Put that 40 seconds back on the clock, essentially. Here's the snap. Cannon. He's going to he's going to get it away. Stanley Smart somehow comes away with it. The 25 and gets out to the 28. How in the world did they only lose a little bit on that? I mean, they get back to where the previous line of scrimmage was. It's going to be 4th and 3, but you thought Cannon was going to take a sack there. He floats it out to Smart, who makes a good recovery and gets it up close to the 30. I think BC's going to punt the football. 4:40 to go here in the ball game, and the play clock down to 20. Again, you can punt this ball with about 4:15 to go, and you'll have to score. Again, Warner Robbins needs to score twice to tie the ball game, but if you really wanted a first down there, low snap dug out by Ferguson, a high hanging punt, fair catch called for at the 34 of Warner Robbins. So buckle up. Here we go, 4:18. If you're Benedictine, you got to make a stop here. They can't allow the Demons to score in 40 seconds again.
Absolutely. Defense got to step up here. 4 minutes to play. Momentum here on that offensive side, but it's time for that defensive line to step up. We've seen it happen quite a bit. Slow down that run game, and some big running plays there from Warner Robbins there last time out. And the passing has been somewhat inconsistent, so probably not going to be a huge chunk play over the top. Obviously, you got to you got to prepare for that as well. But looking forward to seeing that defensive line here rise up and cause some havoc in the backfield.
A mark off against, I apologize for those watching. I had my head down looking at some information. I'm going to guess a hold on the return from Warner Robbins has pushed him back 10 yards. So a break for BC from the 19 of Warner Robbins. The Demons will give it straight ahead. Oh, gaping hole right up the middle. And finally tackled by Isaiah Jones. And you can't allow him to get chunk plays. Clock stops every first down. And that's exactly what you don't need if you're the Cadets. And here's Williams. The snap. He'll ride the belly. Nope, give it. And nicely done. Big Cam Cody just wasn't letting go. Larson Little there to finish it up. And that's more helpful. Inside 4 minutes, 1 yard gain. The clock continues to roll.
Oh, yeah, great job getting off that block. And once the running back fully got that ball in his gut, and he had nothing in front of him but Cody.
2nd down and 9. Clock dripping away at 3:37 to go in this ball game. Twins either side. Here's the snap. Williams looking, has a man. Oh, it throws almost intercepted. JoJo Sutton got a mid on it, tipped it away, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Williams was looking for Damon Batts, senior wide receiver, 6'2", 210, and if Sutton misses that tip, that's a quick touchdown for Warner Robbins.
It's a big play by Sutton there. That ever so elusive first turnover of the ball game was real close to happening right there again, but still behind the sticks here are Warner Robbins, 3rd and 9.
And it'll be Williams rolling here to the near side. Looking, throws back across his body, has a man hit by Estabrook, but Linder hauls it in at the 44 of BC. That'll be a 1st down. Clock stops at 3:22 to go. And that's one of those, if you're defensively, it's how you draw it up, throwing back across his body, but you just left a man a little bit too open. Here's the snap to Williams, looking near side. 3rd, Scroggins going to eat him up. I don't know who was playing left tackle that time, but I don't think he moved fast enough. No. 3rd, Scroggins was back there on the snap.
Not at
and
all.
The future Miami Hurricane just swallowed up Skylar Williams. It's going to be 2nd and 20. 3rd's 2nd sack here in this 2nd half. Here's the snap to Williams. Looking, they're going to roll to the right, has a man, and it is caught. Did he catch it? Did he pull that in? Yes, he did. He bobbled it. I thought Zach Maxwell was going to come in there and intercept it because it kept getting tipped up. And they're going to say he caught it. Nope, incomplete.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't see him wave it off incomplete. So.
Yeah, me neither. That was odd there from the
Now we'll see what are we doing. Now we have the other guy running in, and did BC take a timeout? What are we doing?
I believe we have someone down on the sideline here.
A serious situation here on the near sideline. They are waving the ambulance to hurry up. We got a serious situation on the sideline. Let's step away, PJ, while we figure this out. You got folks screaming for the ambulance to hurry up. Can't see who's down here on the near sideline. We're coming right back. This is BCSports.com.
At Benedictine alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com. BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook. Looking for authentic, traditional Southern cuisine for your next special event, reunion, wedding, or celebration in Savannah? For over 45 years, Barnes Restaurant is the most experienced, trusted caterer in all of Savannah. Rooms 50 to 5,000. No event too big or small. Barnes does it all. Online at barnesrestaurant.com. Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Walker Jones is your automotive superstore on Memorial Drive in Waycross. All the best brands: Chevy, Cadillac, GMC, Toyota, Nissan, and Honda, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, plus our pre-owned supercenter. And we're the home of the lifetime warranty. Come let us treat you like friends and good neighbors should.
Hey, I'm Mike Cuneo, General Manager at Walker Jones. We've got it all. Why shop anywhere else?
Online at walkerjones.com.
Walker Jones.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind.
Here at the stadium. We've got our camera moved away so as to not show it. But if you are watching at home, a member of the BC staff, I don't want to say who, I don't know, but apparently collapsed on the sideline, and you can hear the ambulance coming in the background. And quite frankly, a scary situation. They were performing chest compressions on the sideline. Everyone just gave a round of applause. So I'm hoping that is good news. But if you are a praying individual, we would encourage you to do so right this moment. But a very scary situation. You see the coaches from Warner Robbins over here talking with Danny Britt. A lot of folks huddled up. And again, I think I see a hand moving, so that's very, very good sign.
Yeah.
When you see somebody on the ground and chest compression starting, that is a very worrisome situation, but it appears they have the individual stable, but a very scary situation. And
I believe I just saw some hand movements as well, as you said.
And give credit to the medical staff on the field. The medical staff that was here were kind of slow getting over there, and you heard fans screaming like, "Come on, get out here!" And then you saw the trainers for BC administering the chest compressions and others. So
yeah,
so apparently it appears they're bringing the ambulance down here on the track. And if PJ, if you'll move that down there, you can see the ambulance has come into view here. Apparently the individual is stable, and they'll have him transported to, it looks like, Houston Healthcare, is where they will probably go for further observations. But a lot of the BC staff huddled up in prayer down there. And that has brought this game to a halt. And again, PJ, when we went to break last time, you could hear a pin drop in the stadium.
Yeah.
And so, again, thankful to the medical staff on field. They were the first ones there on the BC sideline. And then the emergency personnel came over. Again, we're not sure who it is, but a member of the BC sideline. Not play a member of BC. Gary Harriet, and he is staying from what we got, and they got him going on the stretcher, but a scary moment here on the sideline. We'll step aside one more time while they figure out how to continue here from Warner Robbins. This is WatchBCSports.com.
Looking for authentic, traditional Southern cuisine for your next special event, reunion, wedding, or celebration in Savannah? For over 45 years, Barnes Restaurant is the most experienced, trusted caterer in all of Savannah. Rooms 50 to 5,000. No event too big or small. Barnes does it all. Online at barnesrestaurant.com.
So welcome back. I apologize. I think we and they just prayed for BC coach right here over the loudspeaker. And again, you got BC huddled up on the far sideline. And again, you got to jump back into football here, unfortunately. But again, a member of BC staff, Kerry Harriet, collapsed here on the sideline. He is now in stable condition. And he is in an ambulance getting ready to be transported to a nearby medical facility. But certainly a scary situation. And I will say, PJ, again, BC medical staff was right there when it happened. And immediately was administering treatment. And that is something that obviously the staff is familiar with. Jacoby Ward, who is starting tackle tonight for BC, collapsed at a practice, and that BC medical staff brought him back there on the practice field when he was just a freshman. And he has since come back and started playing football again, obviously. So again, you can hear it in my voice. A scary situation. You're watching football, and all of a sudden, lives are being saved on the sideline. So again, I give the utmost credit to that BC staff who got it administered right away until the medical staff that were on hand here from the far end zone. Mm-hmm. They were on the other end of the field, so immediately got the stretcher, and once they got there, began administering further treatment. But again, big kudos to the BC medical staff. Not something you want to have to do, but they were right there to aid in that situation. And somehow we've got 2:43 to go in this ball game and a 35-21 score, and you got to figure out a way to jump back in football mode, I guess, at this point. And obviously a situation, we're up here in the booth, and you forget what's even going on. Who has the ball? What's going on? Mm-hmm. Rightfully so. At this point.
Yeah, and like you said, just credit to all medical staffs on hand and just everyone. That was a team effort to be able to do what they just did. So to be able to respond to that, obviously, kudos to them for being ready for any situation that they're presented with here tonight. Whether it be a player, a fan, anybody. So. Again, BC's medical staff there first, Warner Robbins medical staff running across the field when they noticed what was happening. And even I'll say even credit to the fans for responding in the way that they did and trying to let everyone in the stadium know what was going on and how urgent it was. get people there. So, yeah, no, as you mentioned, a tough thing to reel yourself back in from. And we've seen several conversations between the coaching staffs and the refs, the players, since those moments, even just moments ago, just trying to reel everybody back in and figure out what's going on and figure out how to move on from this. Like you said, 2:43 to go in an incredibly important game, but nothing more important than what we just saw on the sideline there. So both teams just kind of going through warm-ups right now and trying to get back in whatever zone they can to finish out the rest of this game.
And again, it was for what we were told up here, Kerry Harriet of BC staff. He was in stable condition, and he is being transported there by ambulance to the looks like Houston Regional for further observation. And that's what we're waiting on here is the ambulance has got to clear the facility. And then we'll try to figure out where to go from there. But a scary situation here. And again, one of the eerie situations you've seen, and we've been involved in several, unfortunately, of varying kinds of just stuff happening at fields. That was one where it was, you're at a football game and then a stadium full of people, you can hear a pin drop in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, there's been several things over the years that just have changed to the atmosphere of the football stadium. But yeah, nothing quite like that. And again, just thankfully we're able to, report and at least see him moving his arms and hands and whatnot, and hearing some cheers from the stands as he was able to get transported to that ambulance and onto the hospital here. But good to see some at least some positive sights from the individual after, obviously what we saw for the few moments before that. So thankfully able to report that, and yeah, we'll see what we can do here as time moves on. And that's just, you can, again, like Kevin said, you can hear it from everybody and around, and you can see it in the face of the fans and anyone, the coaches right now, just trying to collectively take a few deep breaths and figure out how to move on from this and move on, get these last 2 minutes and 43 seconds wrapped up here. But yeah, again, it's a very interesting situation, very eerie situation to be a part of. There's no doubt about that.
And now you see Benedictine huddling up here around Coach Britt. Warner Robbins has been huddled up on the far sideline. And now the Cadets will try to pick it back up here for the final 2:43. We'll try to reset what we remember of game action here. It's 35-21. Cadets lead it with 2:43 to go here in the ball game. A lot of that inconsequential, as PJ was just going over, but it'll be third down and about 20 for Warner Robbins.
And here we go.
Yeah,
sadly, it's crazy how this happens. But now it comes down to, and you hate to almost even put it into words, but it's what's going on, right? A lot of times you ask athletes to go out and do what you're not really sure what you would do in this situation. So, we've seen it in a lot of different ways in professional sports, college sports, and right now Warner Robbins and BC going on out to try and finish off this game and see who can finish it off with a win.
Third down and 20. Demons with the football. And here's the snap. Williams going to look, and he's going to be sacked. Third Scroggins, and Cam Cody bring him down. And it'll be 4th and 20 with 2:30 clock rolling. And obviously Warner Robbins is going to have to go for this here on 4th down, but give that front three BC a lot of credit. They just collapsed the pocket, and third Scroggins, Cam Cody weren't going to let him get out of there.
Absolutely. Scroggins made so many big plays tonight, and Cody in there as well. 4th and 20 coming up.
2:07 and rolling. Here's the snap. Williams looking, going to roll to his right. A lot of room. Throws over the middle. Hit and dropped. Incomplete. What a hit. Wyatt Estabrook hit the receiver as he caught it in the air. That was going to be, let's see who it was intended for. Number 0, Damon Batts. If he comes down with it, it's a first down. Yeah. And we're still playing on that end. Now it's 1st and 10, BC from the Demons' 45-yard line.
Kevin, you saw so many passes tonight dropped that were pretty much wide open from Warner Robbins. And we saw a huge catch earlier in this fourth quarter where a guy got hit by 2 different guys at people and was able to haul it in for Warner Robbins. That time, the hit, BC able to deliver the boom and not get incomplete here. 2 minutes left in the ballgame.
Flex bone look here for BC. Under 2 minutes. Cannon will go under center. Here's the snap. They'll give straight ahead. This is going to be smart. Across or inside the 40 down to the 38. Huge gain on first down of 6. And now Warner Robbins going to take a timeout. Should just have 1 left. And another first down for BC. And that should ice the ball game. Cadets would improve to 3-2 and 1-0 in region play. But as we've seen drive previous, it was 2nd and 3. All of a sudden it was 3rd and 7 after a penalty and ended up having to punt the football. Obviously 2 scores in a minute 50 is going to be a tough task, but don't even give them the opportunity.
Right. No, absolutely. Down on timeouts and in plus territory here for the Cadets. Also, hey, strong field goal kicker, strong leg field goal kicker as well if it comes to that. But 2nd and 3 here from the Warner Robbins 38. You'd like to remove all questions, remove all doubts here with a couple big plays and a couple first downs to melt. I mean, 1 first down to melt the rest of this clock for the BC Cadets and have a nice ride home back to Savannah.
So it'll be 2nd and 2, minute 50 to go. One more timeout here for Warner Robbins as they come out of the timeout. This is Cadets football built by Rincon Ace Hardware here on Watch BC Sports. We'll have the attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show coming up here in just a little bit. Flexbone give. This is going to be Mallard coming off the right side. Mallard cuts back inside. First down at the 30, and that ought to do it as he gets brought down at the 27. A nice hard run by the sophomore and move the chains of BC Brothers moving. First down. And clock continues to roll now with a chain set at a minute 37. I don't know if Warner Robbins is going to use their final timeout or not, but BC is going to let this clock roll. A minute 30 to go. And I think you can imagine what's going to happen here. You're just going to either take a knee as Cadets going to be victory formation here. And they will improve to 1-0. Minute and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Cannon with the snap. He will take a knee. No timeout called by Warner Robbins. BC will have to snap it one more time. And they will improve to 1-0 in region play. 3-2 on the season. And they'll let this thing wind down. Again, 25 on the play clock. 40 seconds to go in the ball game. And what a game for BC. They got up 21-0. Warner Robbins came right back and put a touchdown up before the half. And BC came out in the second half and offensively answered every throw Warner Robbins put at him. They score. Cadets come right back down and score. And with that knee, that ought to do it. 14 seconds to go. They won't have to snap it again. You see the Cadets lining up at midfield to shake hands. And they are now 1-0 in region play. And again, with the intricacies of the schedule, they will be at home next week against Ware County after some reshuffling, and another big region ball game next week, this time in Savannah. That'll do it. BC 35, Warner Robbins 21. That's a final. We're coming right back for the attorney Jonathan Dunn post-game show as the Cadets a winner on this Friday night. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com. Kevin Thomas, PJ Zuko here with you. Thanks for listening on this Friday night postgame show right around the corner.
Have I prepared enough? There'll be unexpected turns. When things get tough, I need to stick to the game plan. No regrets. I'm ready. Are you? Get ready. Contact Abel's Iron-On Moore & Associates today and see why they are different. Because nobody ever wishes they'd saved less for retirement.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Welcome back here to Warner Robbins. The Attorney Jonathan Dunn post-game show is upon us. Led by Attorney Jonathan Dunn, the firm has earned a well-respected reputation as fierce litigators, providing exceptional legal representation to our clients. With over 20 years of experience in the legal field, Attorney Jonathan Dunn has honed his skills and expertise to cater to a wide range of legal needs. Their team is driven by the core values of integrity, compassion, and relentless dedication to our clients' best interests. Well, PJ, 1-0 for the Cadets here in region play. They moved to 3-2 on the season. And before we get to that, obviously, well wishes again to BC coaching staff. And just a scary moment there with the last couple of minutes of the ball game. Stable condition though, and being transported to a hospital is good news, but a scary situation late. Kind of shadows spot, but if we get into football, I had some a couple of sacks that were first in the first really some big plays by your playmakers tonight. And then when you need it, talked about it pregame, can you run the ball when you need to? And I think that time of the game, run, and they went right down the field and pounded it on Warner Robbins. And that was something that, by and large, they had not been able to do all season long.
Yeah, and I think that was honestly the biggest part of the ball game, and impressive from end to end. I think obviously some self-inflicted wounds and some stuff to fix. One of the tasks you get more, but weeks, of not having football, and not only that, but after a few weeks of not knowing when you're going to play and when you're going to play next year and all that stuff that was going on. So able to knock out those distractions and get back in here, and really impressively to me, the way they started, Kevin, just being able to have that one false start penalty. Yeah, you punted on your first drive. Other than that, though, able to get in the end zone consistently there in the first half with the run game. It got slowed down there in the middle of the game, but especially in the second half, able to run the ball when you needed to and put up answers when you needed to. I think that'll be like the key word that comes out of here for me is BC answered whenever they needed to offensively. Anytime Warner Robbins was trying to garner up some momentum, BC's offense was able to come back and get back in the end zone. Coming out of halftime, and then obviously in the fourth quarter as well. And running the football too, I don't think this is going to be anything that BC fans are surprised about, or it's nothing new to them. But something I love that they were able to do with those last couple drives is run the ball in so many different ways. When you hear people talk about running the ball, sometimes you think about, the old school running the ball with, a fullback and whatnot, like big man football, right? They ran the ball in so many different ways in that fourth quarter, out of the shotgun, out of the flex bone, with the counters, with the dives up the middle, and had so much success going every which way in every different direction. They were able to burn off that clock and get in the end zone at the same time. So, yeah, huge answers and huge running game there down the stretch for Benedictine.
And again, they improved to 1-0 in region play, which is certainly very important in this stacked region moving forward. And that brings us to a couple of things we got to put out there. Time for our Stacked Firewood Defensive Player of the Game. And again, where else do you start? Big moments, big sacks, Third Scroggins tonight. Defensively, when you needed a play, he and Cam Cody were there, but Third had a couple of big sacks. Certainly a drive stopper here late in the ball game where it was, 1st and 10, then it's 2nd and 20 because you just blew up the line of scrimmage and made a huge sack. So Third Scroggins, I think 3 sacks on the night for Third. And another huge performance.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Disruptive is just the word I keep thinking of when I think about him this evening. And like I said, not only the sacks, but the pressures as well. Some of those balls, Warner Robbins gave Benedictine a little bit of a gift with some dropped passes and whatnot. But with the other ones where, Williams was trying to run away from Scroggins to be able to put the ball on a dot, and he wasn't able to. So those sacks were huge. The run stops were huge from him and Cody. Yes, absolutely. But just overall pressure from Scroggins tonight was overwhelming.
Our defensive player of the game and Stacked Firewood Defensive Player of the Game, Third Scroggins. And that brings us to our Cool Vibes Pizza Player of the Game. There on the offensive side, there's so many guys. It really was a team effort tonight. It's hard to me, it's hard to throw it down to who was the player of the game. The run game was well. You had Bubba Frazier really played well on the outside. If you had to go with it, I will go with Stanley Smart, our Cool Vibes Pizza Player of the Game. Had the huge touchdown run to help BC answer there in the second half, and he really had a solid football game, running the football, trying to establish the run. Obviously had some guys helping with him, but had some huge runs tonight. And Stanley Smart is going to be our Cool Vibes Pizza Player of the Game. We're rolling along here in the post-game show. Danny Britt down on the field talking some. Obviously, a lot of folks wanting to debrief. We are way up here in the press box. We'll try to see if we can get Coach Britt up here, but we'll step aside. More breakdown. We'll let you know what's coming for BC next week, because things are different than if you pull it up and what it said preseason. As far as who's on the schedule next, we'll get you squared away on that. We'll look to chat with Coach Britt here on the postgame show as well. This is the Attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show on WatchBCSports.com.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Good about doing it. He's usually very. So what I would do is if he comes up here is
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Ace Hardware is celebrating 100 years of helpful, and Rincon Ace Hardware is your locally owned hometown Ace Hardware at 591 South Columbia Avenue in Rincon, Georgia. From A to Z, they've got it all to help you get things done. Rincon Ace Hardware is a proud BC sponsor.
Ace is the place with the helpful heart.
At Benedictine alumni-owned Stacked Firewood Delivery, we're all about the best premium firewood, conveniently delivered in manageable stacks at the right price. We're talking kiln-dried, pest-free firewood. You see, our custom stack is equal to about 10 fires. Choose oak, cherry, hickory, or mixed hardwoods. Stacked Firewood Delivery. Go to stackedwood.com. That's stackedwood.com. Walker Jones is your automotive superstore on Memorial Drive in Waycross. All the best brands: Chevy, Cadillac, GMC, Toyota, Nissan, and Honda, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, plus our pre-owned supercenter. And we're the home of the lifetime warranty. Come let us treat you like friends and good neighbors should.
Hey, I'm Mike Cuneo, General Manager at Walker Jones. We've got it all. Why shop anywhere else?
Online at walkerjones.com.
Walker Jones.
Welcome back here to Warner Robbins. BCA winner tonight, 35-14 over Warner Robbins, as we continue along in the Attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show. Cadets improved to 3-2, 1-0 in region play, and we await Coach Danny Britt to join us up here. And again, it is quite the hike to get up here. So we just talked with Jack Holland. He said, hey, Coach is on his way. Just give us a minute. So it's going to be just a second. But again, a football game tonight, PJ, where you came out, you scored early, you got a big lead early. Figured Warner Robbins was going to answer. They did. And then in the second half, whenever it looked like Warner Robbins was getting some momentum, your team was able to answer and come back the other way and put points back on the board. So a huge effort tonight for BC. Obviously, there's other factors overshadowing this game, and we'll try to what Coach Britt knows, and I imagine he's probably trying to get briefed on what happened there late in the ball game. So we'll look to ask him about that, and then also moving forward, the rest of your schedule is kind of not in total upheaval, but you got Ware County next week. A lot of things have been moved backwards in the schedule as well. So nothing in 2024 is as it looks, I guess, most of the time. So it's still going to have to take place. A big win tonight against a Warner Robbins, and that's a good Warner Robbins game. You can see there, and we'll running that off. They beat and see tonight kind of settled in the second half and got the job done. Yeah, they're tough to beat their down for sure, and that's a team. That's another thing. They just don't go away either. They got down 21-0. Actually, huddle up and just let them know, keep going. See, they kept playing in half, but they're late in the ball game. All right, welcome back to the Attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show. We'll get Coach Britt over here. And, Coach, first off, what do you know about what happened there on the side? Obviously a scary situation. What can you tell us at this point about what happened?
Yeah, first of all, there's incredible reports coming from the hospital with Mr. Carey. He is alert. He is answering questions. He knows exactly what happened. He was talking before he even left, before they moved him here, and was telling us, because we had to have the keys to the truck. He said, "Hey, they're in my left pocket." And we're like, wow, because that wasn't the case early on. And I don't know exactly what happened, but I know from I saw Ed and then Mr. Smith, Gavin's dad, down there doing CPR, and then a lot of guys. I saw Mr. Henderson, and then of course all the medical professionals were down there helping. So it's just praise God for that. Praise God for them being there and having all the knowledge to help.
And again, scary situation and stuff that you've had to deal with as a coach now a couple of times. And praise be to your medical staff at BC for what they're able to do. But Coach, moving forward to the football, how we transition back to that. I know that last 2 minutes was probably a blur for you after all that took place, but talk about your football team tonight. It seems like every time I talk to you, something weird has happened in terms of scheduling. And obviously all of South Georgia got hit by a hurricane, and you didn't play last week. It's 2 games now in 5 weeks of the season you've played, and your team came out and looked fairly focused from the jump despite all that.
Yeah, I thought we looked really well. I thought we came out and we were more physical than them the entire night. For the most part, we're more disciplined. And as we should be, and that's part of what we want to do. And defensively, we've played really, really well, and just gave up a few the one long pass, and then we just could not get the quarterback on the ground. A couple of times there, but other than that, I thought we played really well. I thought offensively we were moving the ball. Of course, the big playmakers made some big plays. Yeah. Finally got Stanley Smart in the end zone, so that's great. And special teams look really good. So proud of it. I tell you, the proudest thing I am the head official tonight, and I've never seen him. I would think I would have been in a game with every official in the state of Georgia, but he said he's been doing this for 40 years. He came up to me right before the game was over and said, "I've been doing this for 40 years, and I've never seen a more disciplined group of young men and respectful group of young men than what the cadets were." So I was like, man, that you couldn't tell me anything better. And I also said, hey, you see that priest over there, Father Frank? You go tell him that. Maybe I'll get a little raise out of it or something.
There you go. As you said, defensively, big players made the plays. Third Scroggins, 1st and 10. Goes untouched and makes a huge sack, 2nd and 20. And when you needed a big play, Cam Cody were all up in the backfield.
They did. They were getting back there a lot. What the quarterback did a very good job several times of just stepping up, and then we weren't ever giving on the ground from the linebacker spot. So we got to work on that a little bit. But he's a very good athlete too. And Colby Brennan, our senior inside linebacker, was sick as a dog the past 2 days. I'm shocked that he played as much as he did. In fact, I got on him at the end and said, if you're gonna, don't be sick. And he went out there and I think he made another play, but he has been really, really sick. And so I'm proud of him for fighting through, and some other young guys getting in there and making some plays.
Coach, running the football, we've talked since week 1. You're like, we've got to figure out how to run the football. I thought you found it a little bit against Westminster, but tonight against a very physical front, you guys ran the football effectively.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we said, after Burke County, I said it, I think, on the radio, and then we went into meetings, and the next 2 weeks we have to run the ball. How are we going to do that? And we're running some zone stuff, some very basic zone stuff, which is simple and just, are you going to do it or not? And then, of course, our buck sweep stuff, and it looked really good, really good tonight. And
I guess because of that, you used to say this about Luke when he played. Hey, some nights the passing numbers aren't going to look spectacular, but that's okay. He's running the offense, and I thought Steven tonight ran the offense, even though if you look at it, it's not going to be, hey, he was 20 or 25 or whatever throwing the football. Right. He ran the offense you needed tonight. And that's what we are. That's who we are. That's how Coach DePhillips wants it to be. I mean, normally you're going to look and it'll be 50-50 or maybe 60-40 one way or the other, but
we do whatever, we take whatever they give us, and Steven knows that, and he's fine with that. What, how do you judge a quarterback winning? So let's keep winning, and it doesn't really matter whether it's on a bunch of passing yards or a bunch of running yards. Just keep winning.
Well, Coach, finally, after this one, 1-0 in region. You mentioned no weeks off in the region. Thought you were going to play somebody next week. Now you're playing Ware County. It's not in Waycross at their Memorial Stadium. It's at your Memorial Stadium.
Right.
So it's just 2024 in a nutshell, right? Just whatever gets thrown at you next. But obviously a huge one for you guys next week against Ware County.
Yeah, obviously huge. I am glad Coach Strickland was here. I saw him in the end zone down here, and they've been in a mess, and we want to certainly help Coach Hockman, and because they had to cancel with Coach Hockman tonight, and postpone, not cancel. But so it's been moved, and we were working on moving around, and that's what we'll do. Yeah, it's different, but the hurricane has put people in a lot of different situations. So I'm sure they're ready to get back to some normalcy at Ware County, and hopefully they'll come, and hopefully everything be okay. They just won't be quite as good as us.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we appreciate it. I know a long hike up here. You got your oxygen tank and all that to get up here, but we appreciate it, and safe trip home, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you so much.
Coach Danny Britt joining us here upstairs in the postgame show, the Jonathan Dunn Attorney at Law postgame show tonight as BC a winner 35-14. PJ, they're going to shut the lights out on us, so I'm just going to tell everybody good night, and we will see you next week from Memorial in Savannah for Ware County Region Game number 2. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with us here on Watch BC Sports, built by
Oh man, it got back on when we needed it to, so that's good at least.